wasting time.
Join the Party Nation. Party Nation. Party Nation.
Hello. What's up in the chat? Jeffrey, Dalton, and me. To answer your question, yes, I have no doubt that Dragon Ball Daima is gonna break the internet again. It crashed Crunchyroll 2 weeks in a row. So I mean, even from beyond the grave, he is amazing. Taj, you said you wanted new stuff. You got the stuff you wanted, literally, and you're still complaining. That's all I'm saying.
What are you talking about?
You got the stuff you wanted in Dragon Ball, and you're still
You
complaining.
talking about Super Saiyan 4 and stuff? Listen,
Yes.
we already got that. Don't drag me into this super stuff because you know how I feel. Leave me alone.
I'm just saying, you got what you wanted.
No, I specifically said future stuff, not stuff we already had that they're just bringing in the canon. This ain't Star Wars. No.
At least it's canon. At least it's canon. That's what matters. It's canon.
But is it new? No, we already had it.
The way he transforms.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, yo. Stop acting like a black person today, bro. Like you pissing me off, bro. Like,
I'm just saying the way he transforms is new.
I'm tired of you, bro. Ronan,
You
what's
trying
up,
to tell
man?
me?
What's
you
up,
trying to
boy?
tell me Vegeta Super Saiyan 3 ain't new? Okay.
It is new, but I don't care. You're
Wow.
how many years too late?
Hey, Akira gave the fans what they wanted. That's all
I
I'm saying.
guess. I don't care.
So you didn't think the transformation sequence look cool? You don't think the animation looked better than Super?
Oh, animation.
I don't really care that much.
Okay.
Vegeta getting
that's fine.
Super Saiyan 3 in a show where they're all kids and stuff means nothing to me.
They're
care.
adults again. They're back
I
to being
don't
adults.
watch the show. I don't care.
How do you feel about this? We found the way to get Vegeta to finally stop fighting.
What does that do for me? I
Oh.
like Vegeta when he fight.
No, I'm saying Bulma threatens him with no more baths together.
Get the fuck. What are we talking about, bro?
He stopped.
What are we
He
talking
stopped.
about?
He
No, I don't give a
stopped.
fuck
He
about
stopped
that. What are we
fighting.
talking about? What are the topics? Let's go. Not dealing with this shit. I'm not a fake Dragon Ball fan. I'm just not going to dick ride everything that they do. I'm just not. I'm like that with anything though, so don't think it's just Dragon Ball. Like
that is true.
Jay-Z, my favorite rapper of all time. Is every album good? Hell no, and I would be completely honest.
Man,
I love
Kanye was mine
Transformers.
before he started making swastikas.
No, Kanye was on like a 5-album run. Everything from his first album to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was great. After that, ass. I don't know what the hell he been doing. He need to.
Don't judge me for eating a corn dog.
I have no chill. What does that mean?
Taj.
I ain't gonna lie, yo. Lance's wife, why you always are you doing that to me? I ain't do nothing to nobody. I'm just chilling, bro. Like, yo, what's up with your wife, yo? What I do?
I don't know, bro.
I don't know either. She just mean to me because she know where to get to me. That's all that is. She just like picking with me.
But anyway, welcome to the stream, everybody. We had to start it off with some drama. That was scripted by me and Taj Reacts.
Dragon Ball.
That was off the dome. That wasn't scripted.
He's a very talented actor. He's going to be on All American season 7.
I'll turn that goddamn contract down so quick.
Hey, it's actually decent, bro. It's actually decent. I can't even.
I heard it was. I haven't been watching it though
decent.
because I forgot what channel the CW is on my TV. And then I forgot. I'm not gonna lie. Like, listen. After Superman and Lois ended, I was done. Like,
yeah.
I mean, with them channel gone. The only thing I might click on it is if they got like wrestling on there, and even then, that's rare.
That's fair. But hope everybody's having a good day.
Darren, I thought you was joining for an hour.
I know, like, where is he? Welcome to Party
You talking
Nation.
about the first hour or the last hour?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out too. You know, he be ditching us. You know, he gonna say his throat hurt or something. He ain't got a voice after he just did 5 streams yesterday.
He got his own channel, man. He building his thing, man. You know, I had a great weekend.
What did you do for your weekend, Taj?
Got to spend time with my family.
Is that why you were ignoring me?
I went to a baby shower for my nephew. I got a nephew on the way.
Oh,
Congratulations.
You know, it was the first time my grandma had all her 9 grandkids all in one spot at the same time. Usually she
You
only
sound
get
like my
5.
grandma. Oh, never mind. My grandma had 9 kids.
No, she got my grandma only got 2. But yeah, like it was just fun. Like I enjoyed myself.
Sweet.
Just getting out the house, vibing.
My weekend included a lot of playing drums and making monies. Don't what is Ronan doing? Bowling?
Moving some
Moving
stuff.
You ain't see him pick a whole bunch of stuff up and move it?
I saw boxes, but I thought he was gonna give us like a toy reveal or something.
No.
Damn. Dalton, you ain't watched CW since the Flash finale? God damn. You know what? Respect.
Respect. To be fair, I respect that, but you missed out on Superman and Lois, so I mean,
he probably watched it on the app.
True.
That's what I was watching on the app.
True. I haven't watched the CW since the Superman and Lois finale, so that's fair.
Have you watched Cobra Kai in its entirety?
Who, me?
Season 6?
Yeah.
Have you watched it as a whole?
Yeah, I did my whole review. Yeah.
No, like you watched it like
all 3
parts. Like all 3 parts together. It feels so weird.
Oh, together? No, not together.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you watch season 6 as a whole, it feels so weird. Like
disjointed.
Yeah, it feels disjointed. Like when you watch part 1 and going to part 2, you're like, what? Like it don't feel like the same season. And then the same thing when you go into part 3. It feels like 3 separate seasons. Like it feels so awkward. Honestly, like it didn't flow. It didn't flow good to me.
I haven't watched CW since Smallville ended. Like I haven't watched it on CW at all. Like I've been basically finding.
But you've been watching it on like different networks or something? Not networks, but
different websites.
He has this. Yeah. He has this website called Nunflix. I'm not kidding. That's the name of the website.
All right.
Mm-hmm. He can get any show, any movie, and it's high quality.
Wait, I saw Cobra Kai in the title. What we doing? I thought you talked about Cobra Kai last week.
We didn't get to it last, bro. Our Captain America Brave New World talk literally was an hour and a half because we were.
Yeah, I didn't watch. I knew y'all was about to. I didn't see that movie yet, so I knew y'all was about to talk to it. So I just left out the chat.
Oh yeah, we wasn't even really talking spoiler. It was just like debate.
No, no, I'm just saying I didn't see the movie, so I was like, I'm not.
Bro, Mike would have had you mad with some of his takes. But it was a good debate. Like that was
Mike
a really good debate. Jedi Mike.
Oh,
it was a really good. Like it was a really good debate.
I don't know who be up here. I don't know everybody.
It was a really. Good
I think
debate,
at this point I won't do a review, but like I let out a lot of thoughts that was going through my mind. And again, for a film that like I was gonna check out, but I wasn't hyped as fuck to go watch. But I was like, you know what? Yeah. Anthony's having this moment. I'm gonna go support, and I hope it's something. You know, it's something. But I was glad that like I got some stuff off my chest. That, to be frank, nobody, you know, it's not like I need to voice my opinion. It was like, all right, somebody asked. Here's a little venue for an hour. I'm not gonna make 20 videos about why my way is the right way and everybody else can fuck off. It was like, all right, cool. Right. There it is.
Yeah, like one of my guys told me today, it's like my review is basically telling people to wait till it comes to streaming, and I'm like, how is my review telling people that? I told people that the film is a 7 out of 10. That's not bad. I mean, like I said, the movie was not, you know, it was not amazing, but it wasn't god awful. Like it's
fine.
I heard people saying like
it's a middle of the road type film. Like it's what you expect from a first outing of a superhero. This is his proper.
I heard it was on par.
Cap.
I heard it was on par with like the first Avenger.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
like
That's
it
what I
wasn't
said.
like a bad movie, but it was like a good beginning for
To,
his like.
to me, I've been hearing that, but I prefer the first Avenger way more, just because it's
Yeah.
more, it's way more simple. It's way more
Yeah.
simple,
I
and
mean, I'm just talking about in terms of like
right.
the what they say, the quality of the movie. Like, yeah, I
Sure.
prefer to. I haven't seen whatchamacallit yet, the new Cap, but I'm pretty
Brave
sure
New
I'm still
World.
going. I'm pretty sure I'm still gonna like the original one better. Like, it's just it was something
What's-
new, fresh ideas. It was, you know,
What's
First
funny
Avengers
is
the universe wasn't like fully established yet.
Form. It was
So like
what's funny is Steve Rogers had two origins, one in the past and one in the present. If you think
Huh?
about it, because
Hey, Draven.
he was frozen in ice for 80 years and came out, and he had to restart being Captain America.
Yeah, I get what you
He
mean.
was on an 80-year pause.
Okay. Okay. I think I know what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah.
So he
Yeah.
basically had to restart being Captain America from Captain America 2.
So, Darren,
So what we talking about
how
first?
are
'Cause-
things?
I'm good.
Apparently, what
Should we
Darren's
get
up.
Cobra Kai out the way first?
Cobra Kai out the way. Okay, Vince,
Because I want to talk
let
about
it
the
out.
DC stuff.
Let it out. Let it out, Taj. Let it out. I know you've been waiting. I know you've been waiting.
Wait, Tom. Wait, hold on. I wasn't even gonna rant. I'm not as mad as I thought I was gonna be.
Me
Based off the
either.
leaks, a lot of the leaks wasn't real. So, like, okay, the Terry Silver and Kreese thing. So the leak that I saw for that was supposed to be way worse. So apparently, originally, no. So like the explosion thing, I did not expect that. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
That was the
I
only
didn't expect
part
that
of
either.
episode 14. I was like, what the fuck are we doing? But the leak for them was originally supposed to be. I don't know if it was changed or somebody found it out, or it was just a leak and somebody just like ran with it and heard it somewhere. But apparently the leak was that Silver gets mad that they lost and blows up
Yeah.
the fucking All Valley. I was
So
like,
Drake-
dude,
Yeah.
no.
Wait, the
no.
only Jesus. Oh,
Yes.
I heard that too.
That
Yeah.
was one of the leaks. I was like, dude, if that would have happened, I'd have turned the fucking thing off. Like, get this shit out of here.
Honestly, he probably would have.
Yeah, he probably would have. Yeah.
Yeah.
I it needed more time. Like stuff felt a little rushed to me,
I can agree with that.
or
yeah.
not fully like earned yet. Like the stuff with Kreese, like the conversation with Johnny, that was nice, but I was just like, you're like 3 seasons too late. This should have started happening like season 3 or 4. Like, it's too late. Johnny finally shows up for his fucking son. Yeah, that's happened 2-4 seasons too late. Like, is like I appreciate the moments, and I like where they are now, but I don't like how we got there. It's the best way to say it. At first, I was happy about Robbie's ending because I was like, my boy gonna be making money. I'll rewatch season 6 as a whole. No, hell no. I'm unsatisfied as hell with his character, bro. Fuck no, hell no.
Taj, my wife said she loved it.
Mm. You don't get an opinion. You always mean to me. So mean. I didn't do nothing.
But
to
no,
you.
I completely
like,
get it. I kept
like-
telling my
like
wife
them-
when.
Hold on, let me finish. I've been waiting
I'm
a week
sorry.
to get out my chest.
Okay, get it up. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I saw that too, Cameron. Like Kenny didn't get any scene. Get me off the screen. I don't like this. Anyway, Kenny and Devin got nothing to do. Kenny's a main character. Devin's not. But
They
like
didn't get any
Kenny,
lines.
Kenny had. So Dallas went live with Tanner, and apparently he did have lines. They cut it out. So he had scenes where during the Axel and Robbie fight, he
Yeah.
was like talking to Robbie and cheering him on during the fight. They cut all that shit out. I was like, dude, you cut out the mentor-mentee relationship. Why would you do that? That's my biggest issue with the show. Like certain things, like they just dropped the ball on. Like them getting back Cobra Kai, like it was cool, but like I got spoiled on that. So like when it happened in the episode, I was just like, well, I got spoiled, so this ruins my experience.
Terrible lighting.
That like bright boy, it look like you freaking bleach your skin.
How about now? Is it better?
A little bit. I mean, I'm gonna talk about it more when me and Darren talk about it Friday, but I got hate for this. I got hate for this in my reactions. I had to delete some rude ass comment people, but the Miguel and Axel fight was not that good. It was not. I'm sorry. That fight was so overhyped. And I watched it a few times. And I'm watching it. I'm like, this fight was not all that. I think the Zara and Tori fight was better.
Yeah, no.
I think the Johnny
and out was hilarious.
Yo, dude. I made a joke in my reactions. I was like, she going to get Veneers now.
I felt like the Miguel and Axel fight. I felt like that was rushed. That way
it was too one-sided.
Yeah, that way we could get to the whole
as hell.
Johnny thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it was one-sided as hell. Like, I didn't like that. Like, I think I saw someone say this, and I was watching a live stream like the other day, and it's a Cobra Kai content creator. He don't just do Cobra Kai, but it's like the main thing. But he goes live with like all his friends or whatever, and they was talking about how like the fighting peaked in season 2, and I was like, yeah, I agree. The fighting like easily peaked in season 2. I mean, not season 2, but part 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fights that we got were not that good. I'm gonna give a pass for the Robbie fight because Tanner, he explained that he had bronchitis, so he couldn't fully do that fight. So I'm gonna give him a pass on that one. But the Zara Tori fight,
so he had to take so they had to write in him losing.
Nah, he was gonna lose, but it's like in the shot, like you can see the fight. Like when you watch the fight, it's a lot of wide out shots and stuff like that. Because the stunt double had to do a lot of it because he couldn't breathe. So like the stuff that we got closed up on him, like he said after he yelled, after he got like the leg broke, he said he couldn't talk, like he was out. Like, so yeah, but it's like I liked it, but as a whole, like Darren, I don't know if you watch season 6 as a whole yet. It just feels very, to me, it doesn't flow right. Like each part feels like 3 separate seasons. Yeah, I said that the last year. It felt like 3 separate seasons. Like it don't flow well. And like, yeah, I like where everybody ended off though, but I need spinoffs. Like I need a few of them. I don't need all of them, but like give me the Robbie and Tori one because I think that has the most potential. I don't want to see Hawk and Dimitri in college. Fuck that.
Bro, the one I hate, I'm not even gonna lie. I hate it.
And can we talk about, hold on, before you get to that, can we talk about how Dimitri was getting ass during the tournament fight?
Yeah.
Him and Yasmin, bro.
But did you all peep that? Like when they were doing the wedding vows for Johnny and Miguel's mom, and how it would like go to like every single pairing, but for like everything, even if it was Miguel and Sam and Robbie and Tori, it would always be Dimitri. It would always be
Dimitri and Hawk.
I'm like, they have girlfriends. Why is it so quick coded right now? I said they have girlfriends. I get it. It's the binary bros. But
that's
I'm like,
the issue with the later seasons too. Like the first like 3 seasons, like I think they balanced all the school stuff really well and like the outside live stuff. So that's why we had like Yasmin and what's her name, Moon and stuff like that. Like we had them more in the first like couple seasons compared to like seasons 4, 5, and 6. I actually missed that. Like, I was so glad that they were so done with the. Oh, you're not going. I thought you were going to MIT. I said, "Is this? Yeah. This is like the peak of you guys' storyline in the final season, fighting over college." Yeah, that was stupid. Like Hawk hasn't been relevant since season 4, bro. Like they did my boy dirty. Like
they cut his mohawk.
It's not even that. It's like it was like they had him win All Valley, which he originally wasn't supposed to win. Robbie was. They changed it, but like ever since they had him, I don't know. That was a stupid decision. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I feel unsatisfied. You gonna give my boy a contract to fight off screen, bitch? You better get this goddamn spin off before I lose my mind.
Why wasn't why wasn't Axel disqualified? He purposely broke his leg again.
He literally grabbed dude's joint and spun him around and broke his shit. I was just like, he should have been disqualified.
Because I'm like, oh, they bringing back dude from whichever movie. I got excited. I'm like, oh, that's Cuz. I'm like, that's Cuz. And then he goes, I'll allow it. What? Excuse me? You'll allow it.
Unfortunately, they wasn't gonna let Robbie win. Miguel is this new generation's Karate Kid, so they're gonna have him win.
Not anymore.
It's the reason why he don't. It's the reason why he don't lose in the show. Like it's the reason why Daniel don't lose. Like
true.
Johnny hasn't lost. Like it's Johnny's show. He's not gonna lose. Miguel's the Karate Kid of this new generation. He's not gonna lose. Unfortunately, they're not gonna allow him to lose. So I don't know. All in all, I liked it, but season 6 is definitely like lower tier in terms of seasons. Like it's not high at all.
Yeah,
I'd rather go watch part 2. Like part 2, I could go back and watch. Even though the Robbie stuff frustrates me, I can deal with that over him getting injured and just being sidelined the last 2 episodes and being a fucking cheerleader on crutches. That shit pissed me off. I almost flipped my desk. I was about to flip this shit, bro. I was like, yo, they got my boy in crutches, bro. He just like a cheerleader for Tori. I'm just like, man, fuck. Why would y'all do this?
Yeah.
If he gonna lose, just have him lose. Fuck.
No, you know what I hated?
You had to break his leg.
I said it in my review. When Tori
I ain't
was
watching
losing
reviews.
it, when Tori was like basically losing his Zara, they pulled a Flash season 7, the power of love and all of that.
No,
I
I
said-
actually don't hate that. I actually don't.
No,
hate
I
that
do.
because
I
he
hate
got her
that.
to focus. He got her to focus. Remember,
I
Zara
get-
was getting in her head. She was like, "Listen, at the end of the day, your whole like where you're from, everybody out here is seeing you. They're gonna love me at the end of this." And so she got in her head, and Robbie, and she said, like, after this, you're gonna be another notch on my black belt, kind of like Robbie. And so she got in her head, and Robbie just reassured her, like, "Yo, I love you. You don't gotta worry about her. Go beat her ass." Because that's all Zara had. Like she
No.
wasn't like in terms of skill, the gap between the girls wasn't as big as the gap between the guys. Like, let's be honest, Robbie and Miguel won because of plot armor. Like, I'm sorry, Axel and Quan should have been the final. Like, realistically, they should have been in the final. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if Quan didn't commit suicide.
Yeah.
Does that
No, y'all
count as
got watch.
suicide?
Y'all got watch his channel. Brandon's, who played Quan, like his YouTube channel. Like he reacts to like the fights and stuff. And he like break
Wait,
down all
Cody,
the like scenes and
thank you,
stuff. That
Cody.
shit is dope.
Thank
I
you,
don't like
Cody.
that either. I don't like that Sam just gave up either.
And then just saying that's the purpose of Miyagi though, to not use it.
Yeah, that pissed me off because it's like Daniel got the win in all his movies. Why the fuck they gotta lose in there? I know the show called Cobra Kai, but damn.
That was my favorite part of the whole show, actually.
What?
That Sam gave up.
Oh, really?
I liked it
I
a
ain't
lot.
like it.
Yeah.
I ain't
Like
it.
I think okay. I'll go more into this when me and Todd.
Dang,
talk.
your voice still gone?
It's
What happened
gone,
to the voice?
man.
What happened to it? Now
I got
back to
sick
your
and it
other
hasn't
day.
come back.
Oh,
Darren,
Yeah.
you know
I
what
thought
this
you-
is,
I-
right?
I
This
thought
is
you
this
was at, like, a
payback
concert
for
or
making fun of
something.
me all them times
When I make fun of you,
when I kept losing my voice randomly.
No.
did I?
well, that was your fault. We ain't got nothing to do with
Draven's kid is giving.
that. Hey, man, that's what happened. You got a kid, man.
Mine is in the crib, so yeah.
My
But
dog,
You
my
got,
kid.
you, for one, you got 4, and the oldest can watch the youngest one. That's different.
True.
Arlo, don't play with the water.
I mean, like story wise, I get it, but like I wanted her to get her closure, like on the mat. Like let her fight. If she gonna lose, let her go out there and lose. Like it's okay.
Mug-
Like
Miguel
fine.
gonna be laying on the mat in Okinawa, so
Also,
I'm
shout out to
sorry, Darren.
shout out to Tanner and Mary. You
Yeah.
know, them being engaged and stuff. I had a feeling they were dating for a while, but I
She
don't
like
like.
him young. Cause she
He only
older
a couple
than me.
years younger. No, she not.
Yes, she is.
Mary is 29. You before?
No, she's not.
Yes,
Yes,
she
she
is.
is.
She's
She's
20 or
30
29. No, she's
Yes,
not.
she is. Yes, she
She's 30
is.
something.
She is 29, dog.
She's
No,
not
she's
30.
She is not 30.
She is 30.
She
Let me
is
look it up.
29. She's 28 or 29. She's only a couple
No,
years
she's
older than
not.
Tanner.
All right,
Yes,
I'm
she is.
looking
Look
it up.
Look it up.
I looked it up a couple weeks ago. Yeah, she's like 28, 29.
She's 28.
Then where's all these people telling she was 30 something?
You're
They're
drunk,
saying she's
They're assholes.
almost 30.
You're
yeah, she's
drunk.
almost 30, sure. But Tanner's only like 20, what? 26? Like he's not that much younger.
Okay then, yeah, it's not. She don't. She still like him young because Zolo was 23. Meaning when they first started kissing on Cobra Kai, he was a minor.
What does that have to do with personal life? That's a character, you idiot.
I don't know. I'm just talking.
I can't stand you.
Hey, stop.
A minor.
But yeah, I had a feeling they was dating, but I was just like, they'll say it when they ready. I didn't expect them to be engaged though. I was like, the fuck happened? When this happened?
I didn't expect the dude to wear an engagement ring.
I mean, listen, man, they do that thing, man. They was out there kissing and everything on the cover. I was like, do y'all thing?
Were you
And
jealous?
then Mary, hell no, I was happy for him.
Oh,
And she said, what she say in her thing on her post? She was like, something babies confirmed. I was like, shit, y'all okay? Do y'all think y'all gonna have kids soon? Do you think?
Who? Who'd you
Huh?
say? Who are you talking about?
When Murray posted on her story about the engagement or whatever, and she what's their ship name for Robbie and Sam? I forgot what it was. What they call
Don't know.
him?
Ram.
Russo, Law Russo, or something like that.
Ram.
But she was like kids on the way or something, or kids confirmed or something.
What?
And I was like, okay.
But Zolo was dating the chick that played Moon. So
Yeah, that was like
Word.
that was like
they
4
don't date
years
no
ago.
more. Yeah, they don't date no more.
I know I was mad. I was like, that was actually a nice.
You were
cute
mad.
couple.
You were mad.
Can we talk about how they cast Jessie to play her mom, but like they don't look
Anything
at
alike.
all? I was like, Moon is clearly colored.
I thought Moon was like Latin, maybe
She's-
adopted. Maybe she's adopted.
She could be, but that was weird casting. It was nice to see her because I like Saved by the Bell, but I was just like, that scene with Chosen was hilarious.
Hey, Chosen is funny.
He did not give two fucks about this lady, bro. He was like,
Chosen is funny for no reason.
first of all, him and Kim, they nasty because when they reunited,
Ah!
they was giving each other love faces. I was like, stop! Like, what are they doing?
I'm like,
I didn't know
off,
she was that young. Like, she's young as shit.
in real life.
She's 38.
Yeah, and guess how old her husband is?
I don't know,
68.
but it's the dude who played Michael on the original.
Yeah, he's 68.
I mean, the actor that played Chosen, he like 63. You know,
I know she clearly likes him old.
she like him older. You know, it's okay.
He got teeth for his 9.
Yeah, bro. He's got like 9 teeth.
I didn't know he was that old to have teeth.
Bro, he's 1 year and like 4 months now.
Bro, I remember when you first posted that you was having cuz.
Need
Time
a
is
spin off
flying.
of him and Kim. I don't know if I want to spin off of Chosen and Kim.
No,
I don't know
I
how
love
that
them,
would
but that'd be
do.
too much.
Yeah, I don't mind
Business.
seeing them.
Can we
Like-
just talk about how she just killed her granddaddy and then
Good.
and then Kreese? First of all, when Kreese was going on his apology tour, I told my wife, I'm like, he's about to kill himself. She's like, no, he's not. I said, why else do you go on an apology tour?
First of all, can we talk about how she struggled to kill him? I was like, if you don't kill his old nigga, keep it moving, bro. Like, kill him. What are you doing? Why are you struggling against this dude?
I said,
Punch him
all
in
it-
his chest and let him disintegrate.
I
Gosh.
said this old man is having y'all
Not really, Darren, but you
teach
know.
this old man is having y'all teach these kids to use a death grip
Yeah, that was fucked
on
up.
each
Like,
other. I said that is insane.
I will say, I mean, we can move on after this. I don't know if Darren got more to say. We'll talk more about it Friday. But I
Yeah.
hate how like Kreese let Yoon go, but then won't see Yoon the rest of the time. It's like, damn, like I do think like some of these characters, there's more potential there. Like
Mhm.
I felt like Quan had crazy potential. Some of my comments for episode 10 was like, I wish Quan was alive. And I was like, wow, they was like, imagine they do the Robbie and Tori spinoff and he's Robbie's Chosen. And I was like, oh, that would have been a good ass idea. They killed him off though.
Can
They
we
could
talk
do
about
Axel.
before we move on? Can we talk
Axel
about
can
how
be like the whatchamacallit?
Kreese
Look,
killed
Axel
the
just
dude with the long
disappeared.
hair, right?
Yeah, he did something too. He did some chi block jujutsu on his ass. He just dropped down the steps and shit.
That
I
was,
was
so random to me.
like, it was.
Like we just see her dead body. I guess Kreese said, you know what? I might as well kill somebody. I'm about to
And then
kill
he just
myself
sitting there
anyway.
smoking a damn cigar and shit. I was like, Kreese,
Like, how
You
did
know-
you kill this man? Like
What the-
falling down a step. There wasn't a lot of steps to kill you. So I'm
that
like,
man
did
had
you
that
kill
cigar
him
since
before-
like season 2. If you don't, man,
It's this much left.
right? Like it's the same one, just smoking it all the time. Like I don't like how they revealed Terry was sick, like randomly. I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Like, what are you doing? These could have been storylines they could have fleshed out. That's why I said, like, it feel kind of rushed. Like, I was
Just got
like,
random.
I think
Just got random cancer.
I
right.
think Kreese has the capability of breaking someone's neck by just strangling them.
Oh, I'm not doubting it. I'm just saying, like, it was just random.
It was very random.
Like, a lot of stuff that happened in this part was random. I was like, what the fuck are we doing?
First
First
of all,
of
this
all-
boat. Have we ever seen them on that boat before?
No, but Terry do got money. He is rich though.
I mean,
so.
yeah, or when he decided, or when Terry decided to be the be the test driver or whatever.
First of
and
all,
then
can
he
you talk
just,
about
like-
how dumb Johnny is and just getting in the car and not saying nothing?
Not looking, not
He
not
didn't even
looking
look. He
at
just
all.
got in the car and just like Silva just rolled off. But like, why are Hawk and Dimitri going to college? They literally invented a fucking simulation device that you can use.
Exactly.
Why are they going to college?
And that
like,
joint
they-
was cool too. Like
It was hilarious.
I said, this is the best AI virtual reality I've ever seen. And y'all want to go to Caltech.
I mean, it's still a good school, but like, you know,
So y'all can patent this and make some money.
not real. Darren, you got something else to say about Cobra Kai? Because I know me and you gonna talk about it Friday.
Yeah. I mean, I loved it.
I loved it.
I have nitpicks, but it's probably my favorite.
Yeah,
ending of any
we'll
show.
talk about it. I do think it was like overall a satisfying ending
Mhm.
for the show overall. I just have issues with individual characters that I'm like, I wish
Tosh,
their ending was a little better.
I think this is the first time me and you agree on something.
See, I wasn't
Hell-
as mad as I thought I was gonna be. Like when I saw the leaks, I thought I was gonna be like pissed the fuck off. I was
Ronan.
like, I'm about to rage. I know, Ronan. This is one of the few times it's gonna happen. So
Hell has frozen over. So
Yeah, but
before we get to the DC stuff, let's talk about the Marvel stuff first, because that's less of that information.
hold on. Let me get the Star Wars thing out the way because you don't watch Star Wars. And we
okay.
do. So Kathleen
Oh,
Kennedy
yeah, I've
apparently
seen that,
about to
yeah.
retire.
That's the
Like-
word on the street.
I'm fine with it, but I already know it's probably like Dave Filoni and them are probably gonna take over for her. I'm telling you now, if they drop some shit and it's bad, I want to see them get the same amount of hate she was getting.
Yep.
Because this shit, no, that's the one thing I'm like I need to see. Because if they do drop something bad, I'm like, listen, bro, y'all better give her the same hate.
Discussing film just tweeted out. Many insiders believe the best candidate for the Lucasfilm president job is Kevin Feige. ...
He
One
hasn't even
source
put
says-
out the FF movie or the
one-
X-Men.
one-
There's no fucking
one-
way. Like,
he-
no,
he-
no.
he-
One
do love
source,
Star
one
Wars,
source says Disney's top choice is Dave Filoni, but another disagrees.
So
It's
like,
probably
what,
gonna be
what
Dave
did she
Filoni.
do? That's like, what did she exactly do? Like,
She just approves the movies and shit. Like,
She's a woman. That's why people don't like her.
yeah,
No, that's
like,
a big reason why people don't like it.
yeah,
Like,
it's a
like,
big reason. Because the
to
movies
me,
and shows haven't been bad. Like Bob Iger is the reason why the fucking mandate happened that they had to pump out so much goddamn stuff. So
Yeah.
like she can't control that. That's above her. And the thing is, they act like she a Disney person. She been around since George Lucas.
Before.
They're right. And I'm like, why the hell is she getting all this hate now that they with Disney? They think
she helped during the Indiana Jones trilogy, Back to the
Right.
Future, E.T. So like she has,
She's been around for
and some of the
years.
best movies ever made. She's been a producer
Right.
or has involvement in it.
She's been around for years.
Schindler's
Like,
List, like it's like Jurassic Park. It's like, and to me, listen, I've been constructively critical at points with her, and that's the thing that people lack a lot of is constructive criticism. More like this was bad move, like this was a bad move. But I've always said that like she didn't flat out do bad during her tenure here. Like no, there's
I don't
an
think she
upside.
did either. Yeah.
For Christ's sake, we got season 7 of Clone Wars and put a bookend to that long-awaited series, and then
We
under
got
her
Mandalorian.
supervision, people, she's saying, well, damn, yeah.
She's 71?
Rebels.
I'd
I ain't
still
know she
hit.
was that old. Damn.
Jesus.
I
Then
thought
what
she was in her
picture was I-
60s.
What picture was I looking at? She looked young.
I'd still clap.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, she
Raven.
do look a little young. I might, one time for the one time. That's probably it, though. That's about
But if this is the case, then I guess they haven't put out anything official yet. If this, wow,
The fuck was that?
that's big W.
That's when my wife threw a doll at my face.
Now
If
it's
this
every
is-
time that he gets dirty.
Yeah, if this is her
Say that.
the end of her tenure, I wish her the best. I'm not, I don't want to come off as like egoistic, but I had the fortune of meeting her once, and she was very nice. There was no celebrity tourism one. Like at one point, as she was passing by, I waved hi. She was kind of to wave back, and I grabbed the photo with her once. So I'm like, you know what? As in person, she was very nice. I've heard people say she's very lovely, and I wish good luck to the successor because it's like, all right, now where do we go afterwards from this?
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I think it's gonna be Dave. But I'm saying if Dave come out here and drop some mid shit or some trash shit, because everybody wanted him to take over, they better give him that same energy. Like I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
And I don't think he even wants it. I think he's too creative a person to be like, I don't want to be running the whole ship. I'm like,
he
just
wants to
give
be more
me,
hands-on.
give me and John our own space, and we'll
But
do some stuff.
they might
Like,
put both of them in charge. Because if you put both of them in charge, it's easier for them to do both.
like a James
John,
and Peter
John,
thing.
John would definitely handle like the business side. Like he would
Yeah.
definitely do that. Dave, creatively, I think that can work.
Yeah, very James and
Perhaps.
Peter-esque, where it's like
Yeah,
one
Perhaps,
takes the
yeah.
business, one takes the creative.
yeah. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say, Lance. You know, because I knew.
Okay.
You
well,
were-
hold on. Besides that, Andor got a trailer for season 2.
it looks good.
I am pumped as fuck for it.
Okay, so before we move on, are they dropping it all at once or are they doing weekly?
They're doing
Weekly,
three episodes every
episodes.
week.
How many episodes is it?
Every three
Oh, they're so confident.
Why
every
do they
three
keep
ep-
doing this, bro?
every 3 episodes is literally a year. So
A
that's
chapter,
probably-
yeah.
Oh,
It's a storyline.
Like you finally have a 12-episode season of modern
you
television,
just going
and they're
just-
like 4 weeks of it. Have fun.
right, like no, like we like
Good luck to
season
your
one,
reaction channel. Good luck.
like season one, we had like all like
It was like
12
9 weeks
weeks or
straight,
whatever.
yeah.
Right, it was so good, bro. But now, man, 3 a week. I mean,
It's
I-
weird that Last of Us only has 7 episodes this season, and it's gonna have a longer run than Andor itself. And like,
You know,
so
it's not 3 episodes a week.
what?
Daredevil, baby.
Oh man, I know. And
Hey,
what's
they
weird is
dropping
that like,
it all at once.
I can't fucking wait for that shit.
bro,
They dropping it all at once, bro. That's
Every episode in
Daredevil?
my
No, they not.
every episode
Yeah,
in my
yeah.
every
They're not dropping it all
video
at
I
once?
make, every
How
reaction,
many are they
I'm gonna
going a
be
week? It's
stroking
one a
it
week?
One.
in the background.
yeah.
It's
It
one a
drops.
week?
First week is 2 episodes, and then it'll be
Yeah.
the rest of the.
Oh,
yeah.
because I saw somewhere on Twitter that it was like all episodes dropping, and I was like,
No.
Oh. No,
Oh, I'd jump off a cliff if they did that.
they would not do that.
Dude,
It was hard
I'm already-
enough doing it with Netflix. I had to try to stay up all night to finish it.
I'm pumped for Andor. I'm already dreading the editing I'm gonna have to do every week for 3 episodes a night.
I'm
4
so
weeks straight, buddy. Good
so
luck.
glad I don't cover that show.
oh, Andor. I was gonna react to it until y'all gave me that news. I'm not doing that shit. That's too much, man. No, I'm already starting to get gray hair. I would have full white by the man. Nah, I'd be too stressed. Fuck that. Yeah, I'll stick to Daredevil. That's fine. I'm gonna watch it though. Like Andor was great. Like that shit.
And-
Season
And
1 was amazing.
speaking
Dude, those
of
posters are so
Daredevil,
good.
these
Woo!
posters
You
that
know,
they dropped today are
I got
dope.
paid $1,200 for doing them.
The premiere was yesterday, and
You're
so,
retarded,
like
buddy.
all the reviews have been overwhelmingly positive.
Uh huh.
So I mean, that's cool. I mean, some of these
How
people
many
that got
episodes is
invited
it?
to the premiere,
Marvel's back.
9, I think.
9
many
episodes.
episodes is it?
Season 1. Yeah.
Oh, it's
And
not.
they're-
Oh, yo, we got 8 weeks. Oh, yes, that's nice.
8 weeks. Yep. And then they have they already started filming season 2. So
Oh
And a
my
Punisher.
Yeah.
Special.
God. I'm so hyped. for
Finally,
that.
what have I been saying? The specials. Do more
Specials?
specials, and
Yeah,
that'll
because
be.
Werewolf
oh.
by Night was amazing. The Guardians
Yeah.
was so goddamn fun.
Bro, I need more John Bernthal as Punisher, bro.
Yeah,
And he's
the best.
co-writing it.
Oh
As
my
well.
fucking
He's
god, I
co-writing it?
love him so
Oh,
much,
shit.
bro.
Yeah, I think he's the best Punisher we've had, and we've had a bunch.
it shout out to 3Dub for all of this work that he's gonna be putting up because he just gathered all this information. So
Hey,
yeah,
man.
that's a lot of work. That is a lot of work because I had no time to do it myself because my job
Yeah,
hates
yeah.
me.
Because
You're lazy.
Draven, you try being on a box truck from 4 a.m. until 5 dealing with people in restaurants that want to send stuff back. Why did you order it if you were going to send it back? You saw the bill. You saw the total before you placed order. So now when it's time to pay, now when it's time to give me the check, you say, "Oh no, take this off. Take this." You need it though. Oh well, we
You
still
guys
got
can see
ranch.
my-
We still got 2 tubs of ranch. Yeah, 2 tubs, and you're a busy restaurant. It's gonna be gone by tomorrow. Idiots. Don't give me enough time to do my own stuff. Nice truck, Draven.
Yeah, man,
Bro.
you post a lot this week, Lance. I was proud of
Going
you.
full
Every time I saw
demo.
I upload. I was like,
I
look at
almost-
him uploading.
It was because of me.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
that's-
anyway, I
He
felt
does,
like a proud-
he's been editing my reactions and stuff, and he posted those. But the long
I felt
form
like a proud
conversations
boy.
thanks to Darren, the one that gave me the idea about like cropping out my stuff from the live streams and making their own videos.
you should have
So-
been doing that.
Yeah,
but
for real.
we weren't having like we've been
You're lacking,
having
bro.
we've been having like really like good interesting conversations. Like
Yeah,
the
for like
past
the
couple
past
weeks.
like 5 weeks has been there. Like we've been having some really good conversation.
I'm like, we just needed something to talk about, and we got nonstop. Like
What are you
today,
doing?
let's
Oh,
jump
my-
into this DC stuff. Like,
It wasn't even just today. It was like yesterday. And
yeah. So
I'm
like,
hyped for the
like
Starfire one. The Starfire
Star-
one is the one I'm hyped for the most.
so what I needed clarity on it is the Starfire is a origin story for Starfire in the DCU as a whole,
haven't
in live
heard.
action and
haven't
animation,
heard.
or okay.
They probably gonna
Yeah.
do like a Creature Commandos thing where she'll show up in animation first, and then
I'll be right
Which-
back. I'm pumped for this shit. Be right back.
Okay.
I think it's.
Which go
I think
ahead.
it's probably Elseworld.
Elseworld.
It might be.
Don't think
It
this will
could
be
be.
canon. Yeah.
Oh,
I-
speaking of Cobra Kai, real quick, Darren, hold on. The actors that play Maria in like the other one they call like Spanish Hawk or whatever, he had like the Mohawk dreads or whatever. So they were
Yes.
supposed to be in part 3,
I heard that.
but
yeah.
they do stunt work for the Superman movie. So
Oh,
that's
yeah,
why they
yeah.
run in part 3.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's so cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That
Like,
is
that's
so
great.
cool.
It is.
So
I wanted to see it though. Maria, fine as hell. God damn.
So
Am I-
then
am
we
I-
have
what do I mean?
Then we have the really good news. My Adventures with Green Lantern, which will be
Let's go.
focused on Jessica Cruz.
Jessica Cruz.
Oh, I'm hyped
My
for that.
Adventures, this
Yeah.
this is literally turning into a universe. I'm so
Wait,
excited.
it's gonna be in the same universe?
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah,
As
same
My
universe.
Adventures with Superman?
Yep.
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 Oh shit, let's go.
Bro, look at the text, bro.
Guys, we
I
have
wasn't paying attention. I
another.
was just hyped. So
We
we
have
get
a
another
new
universe.
DC TV universe. I'm so
Yep.
happy.
We got a DC TV and it's anime based, which I love.
Yes.
Animated.
That works for me.
Yo,
So
This is cool.
yeah.
Okay.
And then we have the superpower show, which is it's giving me the
Sky
vibes
High.
of like the like Sky High, like the DC like superhero squad, like superhero girls shows like that.
I think
And-
it's going to be targeted for young audience.
Mhm.
yeah, which works though, because those shows, believe it or not, like my girls will be watching them on Netflix, and I'll be getting locked in because I'm like
Listen.
they drop good DC lore in those shows.
Teen
So-
Titans Go is still going on, I think. So
Mhm.
Mid.
it is mid, but I'm just saying, like you got stuff
And Hot
targeted for kids, they'll watch it.
So Principal Martian Manhunter. Can we get back the guy that played, what is his name from Supergirl? I'd be down for him to voice Martian Manhunter in this.
Oh, the dude who played Martian Manhunter,
Yeah.
the original
I
dude.
forgot his name.
He in the fucking whatchamacallit.
Carl Lumbly?
Captain America.
Yeah.
right?
No, not
Yeah, I was about
yeah.
to say he in Captain America.
Yeah.
What's his
Yeah.
name?
Isaiah Bradley.
I'd be
Yeah.
down.
Isaiah
I'd be
Bradley,
down
yeah,
for
Carl
him to
Lumbly.
voice him. Yeah, I'd be down for him to voice Martian Manhunter, and
They need to.
the guy that played John in Supergirl. I'd be down for him to voice him as well.
Fuck it,
But
I'll
they
voice
probably
him,
gonna
bro.
get some- I don't
David.
know. David Harewood. I'd be down for David to voice him too. Like this is
I'll
we're
voice,
getting
I'll
a
voice him. I'll voice
He
him.
had a
Yeah,
good
Yeah,
voice.
I literally put it on the screen.
Yeah, he had a good voice. Like he could play.
we're getting a young Flash. I think Wonder Girl. Who's all the characters that are supposed to be in the show so far?
Flash, Green Lantern, Terra.
No.
Aqualad?
Did you guys talk
Arrow.
about?
Well,
Did you guys talk about the Wonder Woman game yet or no?
no,
No,
we
not
ain't get
yet.
to it
That's
yet.
Not
all.
yet.
That's all in this. That's all in this. Like
I thought.
Terra with Flash. Like they're just crossing like generations of heroes and putting them like all in one show, and I'm down for it.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, Terra, they ain't gonna do shit else with Terra
quality.
anyway.
That's true.
So I know she might not. I don't think she's gonna be in the Teen Titans movie. I know we probably gonna talk about that too, which I got a lot to say about that one because they better not fuck it up.
Okay,
Piss
so
me
what is next? We got a lot of Batman news. So first of all, everybody can stop panicking and honestly just shut up because Robert
They're not
Pattinson
gonna. They're not
is
gonna.
it's his own Batman. Like that's its own separate thing, the way it should be. So we can stop trying to ship Robert and David together, please. It's honestly got annoying. I've been trying to tell people this for months. So that's his own separate thing. Apparently Matt Reeves has not turned in a script yet. But what they have saw looks promising. This man is holding on to this script for dear life. And this tracks that Robert Pattinson says they probably won't be filming until the latter part of this year now. It went from filming in the summer to filming later on this year. I don't even think this movie is going to make its...
That shit's never coming out, bro.
Wait, what are we talking about?
The Batman 2. Like it, Matt Reeves has not turned in a script yet.
No, bro, might be cooked.
Oh.
I fucking love the Batman. I love it.
They don't. I mean, it could be seen as a one-off.
But folks, let them take their time. We have
Yeah.
plenty of stuff coming on the horizon. The Batman, the world is not lacking on Batman stuff. I'll put it just that way. Like we're getting a Starfire animated series. Like look at all these announcements. It's about animation. It's like, oh, I love that.
I mean,
shit.
I
They
get
need- they need
that,
somebody
but
to play
it should
Simon
not
Bass.
take this
I'll go
long to get
bald.
a script. It should not take this long to get a script. That's my only thing. Like I
You know
get
what they
Matt
should do?
Reeves is a perfectionist.
Have you ever wrote a
has
script,
issues.
Lance? All right.
Yes. Yes. I
Not
wrote-
like that. Not like
Oh.
that.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. I wrote a script called Honeys and Honey, but I don't know if you guys want to see that.
No.
No.
Corn.
Oh. But then dynamic duo seems like it's fine. I guess people finally realize that it's an Elseworlds thing, which I've also been saying. So I mean that's cool. It's an Elseworlds animation project, and that's fine. Brave and the Bold. What did he say about this?
They're
guy?
both in active development.
Okay, so that's cool. Somebody said Brave and the Bold ain't coming out to 2029.
I swear.
Well,
to
there's a
goodness,
lot of
if
stuff
this
that's in the
movie don't
back
come
burner.
out-
It
If this
probably
movie
won't,
don't come out till 2029, bro, I'm
because
gonna be. What is it now?
because
2027?
Batman Part 2 isn't until 2027. At
Damn,
like,
Lance,
at
you
the
gonna be like
latest.
40.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be there yet, but you gonna be 40.
Jesus.
I'm gonna have like a year or two out of it,
The fact
Before I
that
hit
the fact that this Batman movie is going the way of the Flash is crazy. Both
I don't
Batman
care-
movies
I don't
are going
care
the
about
way of the
Damien.
Flash.
I don't care about Damien. I just want to see the rest of the
Yeah.
Robins and stuff.
Okay, and then we
I'm
have
gonna
this
lie, I'm gonna throw out
Sergeant.
my casting. I'm gonna throw out my casting for Jason Todd.
Okay, okay.
Cast
go ahead.
Tanner from Cobra Kai. Let
He's
him be
short
Jason
enough.
Todd.
He's short enough to play Jason Todd.
He said he wanted to play Nightwing, but he was like Jason Todd. He feel like he'd be more suited for Jason Todd. And I was like, good, I'll take it.
Okay,
I also need him free to play Tommy in the Power Rangers reboot because
please. I would
like
be down
Robbie,
for that.
Robbie is literally the Green Ranger on Cobra Kai. So like just let him play it and shit.
Miguel is clearly Jason.
That whole cast is there. Like you could throw any of them in it.
Yep. So the Sergeant Rock thing. When they first announced that Daniel Craig was like, well, it wasn't even announced.
Wait,
it was
what?
it was rumored that he was
Rumored.
attached to this. Excuse me.
Time out.
And
There's
then-
supposed to be a separate like animated series or something.
It was supposed to be a movie.
A movie.
Oh, well, thank God they canceled that shit. I ain't
Who the
watching
fuck
that.
is Sergeant Rock?
They
That's
did.
So he's an old school character from DC lore. Like when they were doing war comics,
No, War movie.
he was the main.
Why do I
Main
want to watch
character.
that?
He appears in Commandos in the GI Robot flashback.
I didn't watch it. Didn't watch it.
That was like the
Okay.
best episode. That episode was so good.
It was though.
No,
Like, the
no,
G.I.
no.
Robot
The Weasel episode was probably the best one.
Yeah.
That one was.
I'm gonna do this. Fan casting right now. Get Jake Gyllenhaal as Sergeant Rock.
Oh God, that might work.
I can see it.
I heard like they started a rumor talking about they was trying to cast Jeremy from The Bear. Like, why would he?
Oh,
look
Jeremy
like
Allen
that
White?
job?
That man is.
I can see that too. Cousin.
Possibly. So, and then we a script for Deathstroke and the Bane project written by Matthew Orton is in the works at DC Studios. James Gunn says it's something kind of like a Deathstroke Bane story. That doesn't
Why?
really describe anything, but
Why?
okay.
Well, they said it was an action story. They didn't say out loud that it was Deathstroke. I mean, at least from what I heard. So I heard there was at moments they were trying to be cagey about stuff.
I think it's like a Deathstroke and Bane are going to be integral in the story, but it's going to be about something else.
Why? That's my thing. I don't need them.
I'm
to
not
be in
excited
separate
for
movies.
this.
Like, why? Put them in Batman like they supposed to be. The fuck? Or Deathstroke and Teen Titans. Like, what are we doing? If it's
Well,
animated,
yeah, also-
What if Nightwing's fighting them?
Lame.
Hey, 3 though. Don't get me like interested, bro. Just let me not be interested in this. Okay? Don't do
That
that.
also sounds lame as shit.
Nah, Nightwing, my favorite DC character, so I'll go see it just off the basis of that.
Mid.
That's
I
fair.
say we cast Darren as Deathstroke. You know,
Boom.
I was gonna cast him as Bane. Can I hear your
Well,
best
I don't
Bane
wanna be
impression?
I
that's
liked it at
racist.
first, and then I was like, parts of his character. I don't
Ain't
wanna see.
Bane Latino?
Yeah, so was Darren.
Don't
There is
don't put me in that spot.
Paradise Lost remains in active development.
Hey, yo,
And this has triggered the Wonder Woman people to think that they hate Wonder Woman. So yeah.
I mean the Amazonians aren't that interesting.
Well, you
Just-
Oh,
don't
I
get on
love
Twitter right-
Amazonians.
Don't get on Twitter
saying
right
that they're
now because it's a
bad. I'm not saying they're
cesspool of.
bad. Like, you're not doing this over like a super family or Flash family, even a Bat family. Like, you're not. I'm not doing this shit. So,
Hola. Pass.
I would watch it, but like, I wouldn't like. It would be low.
That's fair. I could agree with that. It would be like this would be something like I wouldn't rush unless it's like the pilot has to be like super amazing. I'm not gonna rush to just go. Oh, I gotta watch Paradise Lost today. Like no.
Yeah, I gotta hear people say it's good first and be like,
Yeah.
all right, cool, yeah, let me do it.
Booster Gold moves forward in development after a particular showrunner creator who had expressed interest in the series but ultimately moved on.
I mean,
So we're not getting Booster Gold anytime soon.
honestly, do we need it right now? Like, they need
Not
to
really.
establish the big guys first. No offense
Yeah.
to Booster Gold, like,
Same thing with Swamp Thing and Waller. Swamp Thing, well, he's focusing on that Complete Unknown biopic. So I mean, I get it.
Well, he already released it. It's already
Well,
out. So now
Yeah,
it's about what he's choosing to write. And I love they said we were so intrigued with him trying to do that we'll wait for him. And I'm like, I give kudos that
Wait.
everyone said, James, take your time.
this James Mangold, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, he's doing a Star Wars movie too, so that's probably why.
We will find. I'll tell you this. We will find out which one's coming
I'm
first
more-
or not.
I'm more
In
interested
April.
in his Star Wars movie than I am this. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
If in celebration in 2 months he comes out and talks more info of update.
celebration like 2 months. Oh my
Yeah.
god, it's about to be so much that drop. I might have to do videos.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
if they're gonna do well, but I'm gonna do some. I don't give a fuck.
okay.
So-
So I mean, that's
I'm
cool.
gonna clickbait the fuck out them titles.
Waller, I don't care about. I don't care about Waller at all. Like,
I don't either.
care about
Like,
Waller.
Why?
Pass.
Viola Davis, I'll see you in
I
a
love
movie.
her.
Like,
She's a great actress, but no.
I just don't care about her having her own show because it's just gonna be her treating a room of people again and then possibly
shit.
knocking her out.
Yeah, she gonna get tackled.
The Authority has been moved to the back burner,
Of course, because nobody gives a fuck.
but you already cast the engineer, so is
Well, you can still have her pop up though.
He can still start putting the seeds and plant for the film later on, but Yeah, and the fact that he mentioned the fact that the boys is still on, I think they're waiting till the boys concludes, and then if they find the right script, they'll move forward with it.
They're
Yeah,
not
'cause
going
this is
to though.
pretty-
We have
this
like
is
10
pretty-
more
yeah.
years of that franchise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they got Gen V, they got
And then
the
a
Boys-
Mexico
Boys
spinoff, right?
Mexico,
spinoff.
the
They're
Soldier
like,
Boy
yeah,
show.
Yeah, it's
I
yeah.
forgot about the Soldier Boy show.
That show gonna be fucking hilarious. And I can't
I'm so
wait to
excited
watch
for
it.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that and Gen V. Like I think when is Gen V season 2 coming out? They've been done filming
This
for
year?
like 4 months.
Is that show good?
It is.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like
Gen
the
V is
boys
better than the
version.
boys.
I couldn't get into the
I think it's
boys.
better.
I don't know.
I think it's better. It's pretty much the X-Men setting of the boys universe. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
I like it better than the boys. I'll take that over the boys any day. That's just
First of all, this picture is hilarious. Gunn says
Why?
they mapped out a 6-year plan that tells a wider story, resulting in a project akin to Marvel Studios' Avengers films, though each individual project works as its own thing. It isn't like they're chapters of an overall story. They're characters that are part of a greater universe, I guess. Which I like that. Like he's always kind of said that. It seems like didn't they pivot from like a 10-year to a 6-year? That way they're not like overcompensating.
yeah,
which
but
works.
That's why
I
some of
think
them
it was
shows
a
and movies
mistake
getting pushed
to
back.
announce the authorities and then backtrack it.
It's not
Yeah.
really back. It's not really backtrack. They just announced the
but
way
if
I
they gonna
see it.
push
You
back,
had,
and there was no point
Yeah.
announcing it. Like,
but maybe they didn't know at the time they were like that. They announced that in 2020.
Sorry. Sorry.
They announced this stuff in 2023. It's 2025. Plans change.
I get that, but still, like,
I think it wasn't smart to announce so far ahead.
Yeah, well.
A couple stuff. Like I was wondering how many scripts there was already set in motion and like either done. Like for example, they said that the Supergirl script was quick and like we loved it and they greenlit it. And then Lanterns, and then Superman, and then Creature Commandos. So like at least 4 projects, maybe 5 out of the initial announcement. So I don't
will
know, like-
say that. Nah, hype for some of this stuff. I don't give a fuck. I'm Supergirl's probably the one I'm hyped for the most. Next to this one, I
Yeah,
gotta see my
stuff-
girl Millie do her thing. You feel me?
The stuff with Supergirl, though, the fact like they said they're not releasing a first look at anything because mostly all of it is going to be filmed indoors because it is basically a space. Well, it's not basically a space, it's a space story. So they're filming stuff on sound stages. We don't have to worry about leaks.
How are they gonna make her? Jesus Christ, Millie is so goddamn. I love her to death, but she's so damn short. So it's like
Supergirl's not
I
not
get it.
necessarily tall.
No, I'm not saying she's tall, but Millie is really. You still haven't watched House of the Dragon yet, you black person.
Maybe
Go
that should
watch
be
House
on
of the Dragon.
maybe that should be on my reaction list. You know, for shows that I react to. I'll add that in there. I'll react to the first episode of House of the Dragon. Just for
I'm
Todd.
going to be rich by the end of this.
But yeah, she's like really
That's
short.
got me.
She's like 5 foot, bro. Like she's really short. Like
Well, that works.
Easy to throw around.
yeah, but she's also like small, petite. That's my issue with Isabel playing Hot Girl. It's like she's small too. She like 5 foot. They're really short.
But I think the main reason why they're shooting indoors is because of Lobo. They don't want to show
Yeah,
him
yeah.
until they're ready.
Yeah, and people are mad. People talking about some. Oh, in other words, another shit suit coming,
They need to
or
cast-
they're
they need to
filming
cast
indoors
Green
because
Arrow
it's a
and
space
Black
thing.
Canary.
Yeah,
ain't
I
gonna lie,
want
they
them to
Green
cast.
Arrow and Black Canary. They gotta get it right, man. Black Canary gotta be fire, bro.
I want them to cast a Flash. Now Teen
I don't
Titans.
care,
For
man.
some reason, this picture was making people think that this was the lineup of the Titans.
No.
It's not.
They
But-
need to. I'm sorry. It's the most iconic version. Just go with it, or similar to the animated series. Like, do something that people recognize. Don't try to be all weird with everything because you.
I
Don't
need a
have to go that
Flash,
route.
bro. I need a Flash. I need.
I don't care
guarantee
that
it.
much.
I guarantee it's going to be the same exact lineup as the show. as,
The
like,
show,
animated
yeah,
show.
with Starfire and Beast Boy
Yeah.
and them, yeah. As long as it's like that, because if you do like Speedy and Robin and
Maybe for a sequel.
yeah, like do that later. Like don't do
Maybe
that first.
add Blue Beetle. Maybe throw in him because he's
Yeah.
already involved. Like you can
Yeah,
do
throw that in. Like show
Doing
him
Go
just
Low,
like
baby.
Cobra Girl. Like let him do that.
And
Yo, if we
speaking of
get-
Blue Beetle,
If we get him
series
and
is-
Tanner in the DCU, that'd be fucking crazy,
Yeah.
bro.
that.
I would
So-
lose my shit, bro.
so the series is in active development, and it is a continuation of the film. So that basically confirms, like,
Yeah,
Zolo
Wally is Kid Flash.
Zolo is in the
Fuck yeah.
DCU. You said do Wally's Kid Flash? Which Wally?
Yeah.
The black one or the white one?
The white one, you know damn well most people know the white one.
They know the black one too. He has his own comic.
Most people know. The average moviegoer knows of the white Wally West because either they grew up with him in the Justice League animated series, or they saw him in like Teen Titans and some other stuff,
I'd say most people don't know
or
who
Young
Wally
Justice.
is. I feel like most people are like, who the fuck is Wally?
Who is
I think-
Wally
I
West?
think-
bro?
I think most
I'm not
people
even-
know
I'm not
him.
joking.
Over the
Why
black
is
one.
Wally West?
No, I actually don't know who that is. Who is that?
Can we not do the Why is Gamora thing?
Well,
bro?
he is
First
the
First of all, that
second.
shit was
He
hilarious.
is the second Flash. His accident.
Why
happened
is Gamora?
His
Sorry.
accident happened almost exactly the same way as Barry's. He ended up being Barry's nephew, but he also ended up being like the fastest Flash. Like his lightning is blue because he's so fast. He got lost in time and then replaced because of DEI with a black version of himself. But then it turns out that when they did Rebirth, that they were just two cousins that were both named after their grandfather.
That doesn't sound that good to me. I
That
think
shit sounds stupid. I ain't gonna hold you.
It was stupid when they said it. Like, I'm like, oh, your grandfather, you all did not know about each other. Your grandfather just both said your parents are gonna just both name you after your grandfather, and y'all thought that was okay. That's what happens when you I can't say that out loud.
no balls.
I was gonna say that's what happened when you mix the gene pools. All right.
This is the last one.
Okay, and so DC Studios, basically their release schedule is 2 live action films a year, which I'm cool with. 1
That works.
animated film this year, 2 live action series each year, and 2 animated series for Max each year.
That works.
So that makes me wonder. My adventures with Green Lantern is going to be strictly on Max
Probably.
and not Cartoon Network, not Adult Swim.
I
It
think
might be both. Like Adventure of the Superman.
yeah. I think Starfire is probably Cartoon Network though. Like
Yeah.
like if you read the like rundown of what that show sounds like, it's so like
Cartoon
like
Network?
Network.
Adventure Time coded or like Steven Universe coded. It's very like
Oh,
poppy and
yeah.
colorful and which is not a bad thing. It just sounds very like. And last year, Cartoon Network like greenlit a new action adventure comedy DC show, and I was like, oh, okay. So like once they announced that, I was like, oh, that's what it's probably gonna be.
Did anybody ever watch the Beast Boy Cartoon Network
No.
show? Like,
Fuck
It dropped
no.
all on YouTube. They just were like, oh, here's all the episodes right now. I heard it's good.
I'm gonna have
though.
to check it out. All right, 3 Up. Have fun at your Steph's.
Huh?
So no, he's headed out. So Draven, you're just you're home alone with the kid tonight, huh?
Yep. All week.
All
Scary.
week, Jesus.
This is what he's doing right now. Oh, never mind. He's about to dive on me. Oh. That's all he does. And then he jumps up. He's freaking chubby, bro. You need to go out, man. You need to lose some weight.
So next up on the list is my I was about to say My Adventures with Spider-Man. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. That finale. Spoilers if nobody's seen it. But it was time travel all along. That blew my mind because I've never thought of them doing the Spider-Man
No.
like origin as a closed time loop. But
No.
it works. It works for me. I thought that was really cool. What did you guys think about that?
Didn't watch it.
I thought it was cool. Like I like the show. the story is good, but they gotta improve on the animation.
Yeah. No, hey,
Like
but
I like the
animation
style
grew
of
on
it.
me. It
I
grew
like
on
the
me.
style, but the action scenes are like they're very. Eh,
Can we talk about how I need a Lonnie Lincoln spinoff show?
I don't know if I need
Because
that,
that's
but-
my favorite character out of the entire show is Lonnie. And like I can't wait. I didn't think I needed Tombstone with cornrows, but at the end of the episode, he started turning white. Like he's losing that skin pigmentation. So Tombstone with cornrows and like what's gonna make him file down his teeth? Like I need a spinoff show because
I'm
I
lost.
I don't think this Tombstone is gonna be strictly, strictly like evil, like a flat out bad guy. I think he's gonna do stuff that he has to do, and that's gonna make him clash with Peter because, well, he is the leader of the 110, but he's also still trying to, he's trying to work with Harry's new organization that he's starting, and he's trying to get his GED. So he's still trying to be educated. That way he could become like the, large kingpin of crime that we know him to be. But like, I don't know. It was an interesting way to take the character. But now it's just gonna be so heartbreaking to see like when he betrays Peter, like when he like just does something so unforgivable that Peter has to like pursue him as a villain. And I saw that Darren said on his stream yesterday that he didn't like that that he was the one to pull Peter back from going over the edge.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that, Darren? Because I loved it. I mean, it was a classic black guy stops the white guy. I loved it.
No. I mean, there's
That's
no
why
problem with that.
and that's why he hated it. No, I'm kidding.
You're projecting, Jake.
Jake,
you are
we're not you.
projecting.
We're not you, Jake.
I mean,
No.
like I had no problem with it. I kind of wanted him to come to that point himself, right? Him to realize,
Yeah.
oh shit, maybe I shouldn't murder somebody. But
No, I would have definitely did it to Scorpion.
the
If
murder
anybody
stuff.
deserved it, it was Scorpion. That man was unhinged. You're willing to burn yourself alive in that suit just to get what you need done? Like you deserve your tail through your chest. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's just kind of one of those things, like even when I'll use this as an example. This is not the greatest film to use as an example, I'll admit, but even what they say in the third Raimi Spider-Man movie, they go, everybody needs help sometimes, even Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So, like, he needs that help to be pulled back from the edge sometimes because he's faced with that choice just as much as any other hero is. And, say in a year from now, he is able to come to that realization on his own, but he's not quite yet.
True. What else did you guys like? What else stood out in this episode to you? I love the interactions with Doctor Strange. It's just good to see Peter actually interact with somebody like that without saying, "Oh, sir, sorry, sir." Like this Peter felt like a breath of fresh air
Hey,
to
Jeffrey.
me. Like it felt like a breath of fresh air to me. I don't know why. Maybe it's because we were like Tom Holland is an excellent Spider-Man, but sometimes his writing makes him seem a little bit naive, especially as he got older in the role.
Yeah.
This Peter is legitimately just a little kid and realizing, well, not a little kid, but like fresh in high school, basically figuring out. Oh, he got to hop out. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
he said
miss
he
you.
had to leave.
I'm gonna miss you, Darren. But like he's just figuring out as he goes along, and he's doing an excellent job, if I must say so myself. The way he handles himself in fights, like yes, he's pulling those punches and all of that good stuff, but he's getting the job done. The suit reveal
He could easily
was
kill those
wonderfully
people.
done. Yeah, definitely. Especially like Scorpion. Like I'm glad they didn't do the trope of him being like just super scared while standing. Like, yeah, he hesitated for like 2 seconds, but then he
Yeah.
snapped out of it. Like if this
Right.
was anything else, he would have got like knocked out or knocked down, and then would have
needed a lot.
like just need to be
Yeah.
like pumped up right there. And I'm glad they did not do that. Like I give that like the finale of this show, I give it a complete 10 out of 10 for me, honestly.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
I got
Pretty
five.
pretty high score, buddy.
Hey, I didn't have no problem. This finale was great. The setup for everything was great. What they plan on doing with season 2 kind of pissed me off.
Yeah,
but
the way they ended that episode, I'm like, oh, okay. I kind of want more now.
yeah, but it's like, why reveal to us that you're doing Gwen Stacy and that she's gonna be Spider-Gwen already? It's Peter's second year of being Spider-Man. Can he have it to himself? Like, that was
Nope.
my whole thing.
He's
Like,
always got to have his amazing friends. Haha, pardon the pun.
and I do not like the design for Spider-Gwen. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I'm just see if I can try to find it.
it's not her best look, I'll admit.
Like the design is bad to me.
I was gonna say there should be an image you can pull up.
I got one. Like, Taj, this wasn't a show that you would react to.
What?
Sorry,
This
Taj
wasn't
kind
a
of
show
zoned
that-
out there for a second.
This wasn't a show you would react to.
No. I was originally going to, but then the episode drops. Was so
Oh, the
fucking
way
stupid.
that yeah, I remember you said that.
Yeah.
So I do not like this design for Spider-Gwen.
Yeah, the jacket is a little much.
Yeah, the hoodie look, man, like
I
where
mean,
did she
the,
get
the,
that
the hood
from?
itself
Amazon?
is fine. Like, that's a Spider-Gwen trademark, but
Amazon.
it's over-designed.
It's very
That hoodie
it's
do
very
look like
overdesigned.
Amazon.
I mean, the actual Gwen Stacy art style looks
Yeah,
good.
the Gwen Stacy art style looks great, but it's like they tried to Steve Ditkoify her her regular suit. And
Yeah.
we didn't need it. We like introduce Gwen. Cool. Because in this universe, this is supposed to be what would have happened in the main universe if he wouldn't have gone to, that smarty pants school, because his school got destroyed. So of course, maybe Gwen goes to this other school that he's at. So he meets her instead of meeting MJ or whatever. Maybe they start dating. But now we have to assume that the same spider that bit Peter is the spider that bit her. So
Yeah, and I don't know. A thing too. I'm just looking at this design. The pink in there is kind of muted. It doesn't really pop.
yeah.
So, like, that was her. Like, next to the white and the black, that was her. Her color there, and it's a little difficult to see. I had to enhance the screen just now to see it.
Yeah, it's like I don't think that we needed to, like, I get that the showrunner is like excited or whatever, but you could have saved this because this kind of turned a lot of people off. Like, you could have showed us that you're going to introduce Gwen, but leave the Spider-Gwen stuff.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
people
part of me
will
does
come
like
to
it, part of me
that-
doesn't. Like, there's something off with it a little bit.
I mean, people will come to that conclusion on their own. Like, you don't need to introduce them at the same time.
Yeah. And now it's like, okay, now she has, like, Peter's spider DNA was injected into that spider. So now
Yeah, I've never liked
Peter's now it's gonna be weird because they're basically brother and sister. Oh my god.
Hey, well,
Game of Thrones style.
I was about to say CW Barry and Iris style.
Like,
I
it's
knew
weird
Lance
now.
and
Like,
Josh
if
would
they
like that one.
date, it's weird. But also, the whole thing with Nico. Like, so we're under the impression that the Runaways stuff did happen to her. Like, everything with the Runaways.
Right.
So-
I'm going with that. Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I'm cool with that. Like, that the Runaway stuff happened with her.
I didn't
Harry
hate that
start-
program when it first came out.
Yeah, I never watched it. I never watched it.
The
I
Runaways.
needed to. I've never watched the Runaways.
It's
Felipe. All
enjoyable.
All right, neither did I. I never watched.
I mean,
it
it wasn't.
Was it good?
It wasn't
it's
bad.
Not, it's not bad.
It could have been better, but it wasn't bad.
I don't know the characters that well, so like I guess
I know
my
one of
opinion
them's in
kinda
Friendly
better.
Neighborhood Spider-Man, Nico, right?
Yeah, that's the whole.
Yes.
That was the connection there.
I think season 1 is really good. Season 2 is kind of
Yeah, season 2 kind of.
Oh, it had more than one season?
Yeah, it had
Yeah.
2.
I didn't know that.
Those are-
What do you
it got
talk- what-
canceled.
what-
It got
what-
canceled
what-
due
what-
to like the merger or whatever.
Yeah,
Where they
what
got,
are you-
like,
what are you
canceled.
talking about?
Yeah.
that goes to show how much
The
me-
Runaways.
Me and Lance give a shit, right?
Yo, Phil, what's up, buddy?
Where's your camera? What are you doing?
I'm uploading a TikTok on my phone.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, season 1 is good. Like you watch season 1, you'll be like, okay, cool. Season
Yeah,
2,
and then you can just kind of stop after season
yeah.
1.
The only thing you watch, you can watch the crossover with Cloak and Dagger.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
loved
right, yeah.
Cloak and
forgot they did
Dagger.
that. I forgot
I
they did
loved
that.
Cloak and Dagger. That
It
was
got
my show.
canceled because of the merger.
I
Yeah,
They
know.
got
I
Fox
killed
and
that
stuff.
one
All that
too.
shit got canceled. Yeah.
They never got to wear their actual suits.
Nope.
You know what I need that was canceled prematurely? I need a Squirrel Girl show with Milana Vitro. That's what I need.
Oh Christ.
Yeah, I know the feeling because I really want a second season of The Acolyte.
Yeah.
Wait, are you being sarcastic or serious?
No, I'm being serious. I
No,
want a
he's being
second season
dead
of that show.
serious.
I'm dead
Oh, okay,
serious.
cool. I
Yeah,
enjoyed
100%.
it too, so that's why I'm like, I was
Oh
checking.
fuck yeah, man! That
I
show got
ain't
so
want
much
comment
hate.
and then feel dumb if you was being sarcastic.
Oh, bro, I love that show. I think that show was fucking phenomenal, and it should.
That show was overhated as hell.
100%.
Yeah.
Like
I
you can't sit here.
haven't watched it yet. I want to watch it.
You can't sit here and tell me that a show like Andor has a $235 million budget, gets a 2-season run right off the bat, and they're going to be like, oh, it didn't get all the viewership numbers, but it got a second season anyway because we package it as 2 seasons. Fuck that. That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
It's
That
because
show
of the
should
one
have.
dude.
Fucking love Andor.
It was
I
the
know,
one-
I know you do,
who's
Ronan.
the dude-
I know.
Who's the guy who do?
It's Diego. It's not Diego Luna. It's what is his name?
I forgot his name.
Ronnie
too,
Gilroy?
that's why
No,
Yeah.
but
Not-
fuck
I
him.
think that
No,
is
it's not
him.
Ryan Gilroy.
It's not Gilroy?
No, it's
him.
the lead. It's Damn it! What is
No,
his
I'm
name?
not talking about
Gabriel
I'm not
Luna?
talking about the actor. I'm talking about the guy who does the show, who actually.
Oh, that's Tony
produces
Gilroy.
them. Yeah.
That's
Because I think that was part of
that's
his
Tony.
contract. Yeah, I think that was part of his contract. Like he wasn't doing it unless he was getting like the full
Yeah.
thing to tell his story.
Yeah.
So,
Then
but
the
yeah,
fool
Acolyte
came out,
deserved
there
a
was like-
season 2.
And that fool came out and was like, I don't even really like Star Wars that much. Oh, really? Cool. Good for you. Guess you get to make a Star Wars show, even though you're not really a Star Wars fan.
It's like,
That's
what the
nice.
fuck are you doing here?
Yeah, they
Alright.
dropped the ball on Acolyte, bro. They let the loud minority.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, the wild majority is what killed it.
Yeah, that show
So-
was man. The choreography in that goddamn show is ridiculous.
Phenomenal.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, Phil, we have the guy who told you were wrong in the chat. Oh my goodness.
Oh, we cleared that up. We're all good.
Okay.
We're for fun.
Mike's my best
Besides,
friend.
we're
Hi, Mike.
colleagues. We were just on a show last night.
I haven't talked to Mike in a week. Mike's been ignoring me and not acknowledging my upload. So me and Mike.
This
had-
Is that canon?
This might be
Oh, wow.
relevant, but like Mike and I were talking about all the DC stuff yesterday. I don't know if you guys already went over all that shit.
Yeah,
We literally
Um,
did, yeah.
yeah. It was. It's some stuff we're excited for, some stuff we're not. Taj is not excited for Teen Titans.
Why you gonna lie? That's the thing I'm most excited about. You
I thought
damn
you said you
fool.
weren't. I'm sorry. I'm not
That is the thing
excited.
that I'm most excited about. That
Okay.
and Starfire. All the rest of that shit. Oh, and Green Lantern. That's fine too.
Yeah, the Green
Nope.
Lantern one.
I'm
Just out of
kidding,
curiosity,
Mike.
did anybody at that secret DC event did they ask about Constantine 2 or no?
No.
No.
I forgot
All they
that
did
a
was
thing.
go to that secret event just so they could post online and say Gunn has nothing planned. DC is doomed with Gunn. Just so we're saying once Superman flops, DC is done, and I'm okay with that. I saw a lot of that today.
Oh boy.
I mean, sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I missed like a good portion of the show. I was at the gym. I just knew you guys were live. 'Cause the notification came up, and I got off the gym, came home, made a sandwich, and just hopped on. So I wasn't really paying attention to the conversation. I didn't hear any, but I just hopped in, not knowing what the fuck was talked about. But
What else is
You fool.
fuck you, Jake,
You would.
bitch ass. Anyway,
Bet.
when it comes to the DC
That's funny.
stuff, like I was like, okay, like it's an update. You know, it's an info dump, more or less.
Yeah,
mean,
it's what
I'm
we
probably-
needed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
I'm probably on the same page with everyone. I got stuff I'm kind of excited for, and then stuff I'm just like, not surprised
Yeah.
at. Like the Authority being on the back burner, not really surprised by that. Waller being
I
on the
said
back
that too.
burner,
Yeah.
not really
Did
surprised
not
by
care
that.
about them at all.
Man,
I think it's stupid funny that James Gunn was asked point blank about Robert Pattinson joining the DCU's Batman. He was like, "Yeah, that's not the plan." I was like, "You're goddamn right, that's not the plan."
I don't know how many times you have to say that.
Exactly.
I know, right? Because you got all these people online who are like, oh, let me just speculate. Let me just live in my little bubble fantasy. Oh, let me just kiss the ass of this artist who put this really crappy Photoshop together of David Corenswet and Robert Pattinson. Oh, look at this. This is so pretty. In a perfect world, this would happen. And I'm just like, you're fucking delusional. Shut up.
See, here's
Oh
the
my
thing:
God.
Batman and Superman, they go together like peanut butter and jelly. You put David Corenswet's Superman and Robert Pattinson's Batman on there, that's like acid and
It
mayonnaise.
wouldn't make sense at all.
No,
It's
it
like acid
doesn't.
and mayonnaise. No,
It doesn't.
You-
And like we've seen,
Yeah.
we know exactly what kind of Batman is coming in the DC. You're really going to sit here and tell me, oh, Robert Pattinson can do that in 10 years? Fuck all the way off.
no.
Fuck all the way off with that. Because number one, you're putting him into a fucking corner. And number two, you're basically blue balling Matt Reeves and be like, hey man, guess what? When your trilogy's done, fuck you, Chainsaw. You're basically telling Matt Reeves like, oh, you know, guess what? When your trilogy's done, now Robert Pattinson's going to be ours. Har, har, har. You have to set it up for us. Number three, you're also then blue balling Andy Muschietti to be like, oh, what? He's my Batman? That's not fucking cool. I want to pick my Batman. I already worked with 2 other fucking Batmans. I want to pick my own goddamn Batman.
Yeah.
It's just bullshit. It's stupid bullshit. It's
Technically
people being
3,
like,
if you count George Clooney.
you're right.
Well,
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
I always forget about him. Good God.
Everyone wants to forget about
I
him.
was
Even,
about to
even,
say-
even George Clooney wants to forget about himself as Batman.
No,
Yeah.
he has apologized for that shit for over 25 years.
And they honestly should stop apologizing for it because it's not their fault.
No,
I
it's
was
not
about
their
to say,
fault.
It's really not their fault. It's not
No.
their fault.
'Cause They
They were told to make a movie a certain way, and they made the movie a certain way. It's not their
I'm not
fault.
gonna
The
lie,
audience
I can
laughed
watch
at
those
it.
movies, but I gotta turn my brain off though. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, like they're
You
not.
either
They're,
gotta-
they're just corny. Like they're popcorn.
Yeah.
flicks.
you got to either turn your brain off or get a fucking bottle of alcohol. Take your pick.
yeah, or some
Both.
weed, something. You just gotta
Yeah,
do
something.
something.
You have to watch that movie under the influence, specifically Batman and Robin.
yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
no joke.
Oh
Like
God,
this whole
the bat nipples. Jesus.
yeah.
Batman credit card.
Yep.
Dude, that
And
was so
Batman and Robin
stupid.
wasn't even the first one to have bat nipples. Batman
You're
Forever
right.
did it first.
It
Yeah,
was
but Batman
better.
Forever
I could
still
watch
is better.
Yeah, I was
Batman
about to say
Forever's a
that
better
one's
movie.
Now,
It
I'm not
is,
saying it's not a
easy.
better film. It's leaps and bounds a better film.
Yeah, because it's like it was a compromise. It was Joel Schumacher being like, all right, fine, I'll give you some
And Jim
campy
Carrey
goofy
was
shit.
fucking hilarious.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. It's a
And
hell of a
as-
lot better than
as-
Frank Gorson as a Riddler.
As over the top as Tommy Lee Jones was, I still kind of
Oh.
liked him. as
He
Two-Face
looked like
too.
he had fun. He was like, "This shit can't be. I'm gonna just have fun with it."
It's
So-
ironic because like they were totally just at each other's throat the entirety of filming that movie. Like him
Yeah.
and Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey were just constantly trying to one up each other. And then I guess at like some dinner or something, like Jim Carrey walks in and sees Tommy Lee Jones, and Tommy Lee Jones looks at him and goes, "Oh fuck!" And Jim Carrey walks up to him, and like they hug and shit. And then like Tommy Lee Jones whispers in his ear, "I can't sanction your fucking buffoonery." I'm like, damn, he really hated
That's
working
gonna
with him in
hurt.
that fucking
Golly.
movie.
And that's
Yeah.
gonna hurt because Tommy Lee Jones was like his hero, and then
Yeah.
even though he didn't
damn.
like him, Tommy Lee Jones still tried to match Jim Carrey's level of camp. So
It's almost like almost nobody really liked making that movie, but in a way they also
Yeah.
kind of did. Because Val Kilmer, like if you watch the Val doc on Amazon, he talks about that movie and like how difficult it was working in the bat suit. He watched,
Yeah.
Jim Carrey having a great time in his fucking suit and just being goofy and whatnot. You saw, Chris O'Donnell get to fucking move his head because he doesn't have to wear a cowl. Like
Yeah.
Val Kilmer, in a roundabout way, loved and hated making that movie, and that's why he like apparently him and Joel Schumacher they clashed a lot too.
Oh,
And it's
yeah.
funny because Joel Schumacher was like, "I want Val Kilmer to be Batman," and then after that movie, Val Kilmer was like, "I don't want to be Batman anymore. This is bullshit."
There were apparently multiple people that had problems with Val on set, from what was reported.
Yeah, it was just kind of a weird
Yeah.
old situation behind the scenes, and it's like I wonder if that might have a bit of a part to play in the Schumacher cut not being released. Maybe someone in the EP, someone in an executive producing
Lance
role,
Swayze sent me this.
probably just being like bitter and being like, "No, don't fucking release that movie. That
My
movie
boy
just
is
needs to
back.
be what it is." What?
No, I'm talking about. I sent him a clip from All American.
I probably watched this one
okay.
episode.
I
No,
knew
it is
One
funny that
episode.
he like hated working in that thing.
Wait, what happened?
Yet his movements, his
Spencer is
Batman
back in
was
All American.
still-
What?
His Batman
He's
was still a little bit
back?
better at the action scenes than Keaton.
Why
was
is
in
he
this.
back?
Guest starring for one.
I don't know. He
episode,
just
guess.
visited.
Motherfuckers, bro. They always drag me back in. Except I ain't gonna
I did find that funny with what Phil brought up. It's like he hated working in that suit, but he still had, arguably better choreographed action scenes than Keaton had in his first 2 films.
I think they're about the same.
It looked like he was still able to move a little bit more.
I mean, like, just the choreography as a whole, honestly, just between both movies is a little, specifically like Batman '89 to Batman Forever, because there's really not a whole lot of choreographed action in Batman Returns.
Right. And then even in like '89, like because Keaton's a little guy, to have him like on stilts and in higher positions to make him look more imposing. And there's maybe like 3 action scenes in that film. There's not that many.
Well, Keaton loves doing this though.
Sorry, 3 Batman action scenes is where I'm going. I think
the big one, the beginning of the movie when he stops the Red Triangle gang, when he stops them, that's a bunch of here and there choreographed action.
You have the one at the end in the cathedral.
No. I'm talking about Batman Returns.
At
the end of the movie, when Batman and Penguin kind of have that 2-minute fight, and Penguin's slashing at him with the umbrella.
Yeah.
I feel like there's one more that I'm forgetting.
There's like a half Catwoman fight in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that movie is largely expositional and largely like honestly, Michelle Pfeiffer had more of an impact.
Wait, we have a special guest arriving. I think he finally brought the milk.
What is going on?
My Cinnamon Toast Crunch. My Cinnamon Toast Crunch has been really, really dry, and I think he's finally brought it. Let's find out.
I did not bring it.
Oh.
Jesus Christ!
No.
Are you here to tell me to go fuck myself because I told you to go fuck yourself? Is that what we're doing here?
No, he's here to beg you for McDonald's again.
Go fuck yourself, pussy.
2 things. One, when I was saying you sound like Draven because you were doing the voice of like the Robert Pattinson and David Cornswell, like that's what I was saying. You sound like Draven. So
I see now. Yeah. Well, then I rescind my fuck you. My bad.
Yeah. And 2, I can't be here long because I can't stand wokeness. So I'll only be here for a few moments. I got to get the fuck out.
Have you seen your own show?
Wow.
He says he can't stand wokeness. Have you seen your own show?
I just stepped on an earring.
Shut up, Jake, dumbass bitch.
I'll clown his ass live. I don't give a shit.
My wife just left, so I can do what I want.
Did she make you dinner before she left?
No, we got into a big fight.
A fight about what?
Don't worry about
it. Lance, we're live, dumbass.
We're live.
I'm sorry, I forgot we're live. Anywho, you got do you guys see I'm redecorating?
Yeah.
It's a work in
You
progress.
wait till an hour and 32 minutes to talk about your damn room.
Well, you had to get your rant out about how much you adore
Lance,
Cobra
can you go full screen? I need to see.
Yeah, go full screen. I want to see this shit.
It looks like but I'm not gonna say it.
Tear everything down and then just get the Marvels poster up.
What are those blankets on the walls, bro?
Moving
Soundproof.
blankets. I have to soundproof it fully. Well, at least enough. I'm fully transitioning my studio out of my garage.
You're transitioning
into here.
Congrats.
Yeah. So yeah, like half the room is mine, and then half is my wife's makeup stuff. So yeah.
Oh, you're cool, man. You're cool.
Yeah.
I know, wow, that sounds depressing.
Not really. When you're in love, and you find a wife, and after you have 4 kids, you learn to share. You learn to share things. Yeah.
We're not going to put that on to me. I'm not having 4 kids. I'm one at most, 2 max.
Are you going to name him Taj Jr.?
Hell yeah,
I sure am. Keep my legacy going.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the new Taj. Just imagine all of our kids.
No, I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna have a son.
Using our YouTube handles.
It's too many females in my family. I think I'm cursed. Like I've already accepted the fact that I'm gonna have.
Good job, Draven. Appreciate that. Should definitely be the name of your second kid.
I'm not able to teach my traditions to my offsprings.
Traditions? Wait, no, is that what you call it now?
You actually have to have offspring in order to teach them anything. Just FYI.
Man. I can already tell you,
Jake's is sitting on your napkins.
Socks.
Socks.
Draven's
long as
offspring is
our
not
kids are
not
not
Draven.
as long
Jake's
as our kids
offspring
don't
is gonna
grow up
hate
to
me.
become retired
Don't
polar
call
bears,
me
that's all that
Jake, bro.
matters.
I'm sorry.
I caught that chainsaw.
That,
Yeah.
Draven, that blanket looks very comfortable.
Yeah, man. He's
Yeah,
enjoying
more.
it.
Is it plush? Is it plush or what is it? Is it fleece?
it plush?
Bro, it's just a fucking blanket, bro.
Dude, man, he's comfortable. You know?
I can fall asleep right here.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Not the first time he fell
Phil,
asleep.
you
on
have a
stream.
question.
What kind of socks?
Johnny could say the
The
answer.
cum stained kind.
Ooh.
The Draven kind?
White, black. You know, I'm. You know,
Don't mix those. Jay doesn't like that.
you know what? Go to your room.
I already am.
Go to your room.
He's
Go
in
to
his
your room.
fucking
Okay,
room.
okay,
You're
Ronnie.
in room for the rest of your night. No McDonald's, no Happy Meals, no
Aw,
Pokemon
come
cards
on.
for you.
What's that?
Come
No
on.
Pokemon cards for you. None.
Wait,
Come
why's your dog
Jordan.
why's your dog on the couch twerking? Jesus.
Fuck yeah, dude. Dog's trying to
He's
get some
looking-
money.
He's looking out the window.
Hey, Jordan, breaking news. You're in your room.
I know.
He's
Guess
been
y'all
very-
talking about DC
So
shit already.
Chainsaw, what did you think about the DC news?
Ugh.
I'm not gonna use the S word. I'm trying not to curse anymore.
DC new. Wait, what? Wait, the curse
DC
word.
The
DC
DC
information dump.
news. You said the DC
Oh.
shit.
Yeah, DC shit. Whatever. Like at the end of the day, I'm just like I'm happy we're getting announcements and shit. People are like, stop announcing shit. Work on it. They're working on this shit. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like there's people online like they just keep announcing stuff. They're not working anything. A film's already been done. A show's already released. Supergirl's halfway through production. They're shooting Green Lanterns. All the animated stuff they announced, they're in some sort of work on that, whether it's writing, pre-production, whatever the fuck they're animating. Who knows? What do you mean they're not doing anything? People are just dumb.
It's not like the old WB regime where they would announce 20 things without having any of them written.
People are like, they're not doing anything on. They're just like throwing out titles. Just say fuck it.
Just to try and
No.
get people excited.
No, it just people are just dumb. People are just stupid.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Whoa,
hot take.
buddy.
I know, hot take.
Whoa,
Remember
buddy.
that? Remember that Nightwing movie we were gonna get? Yeah, nope, never happened.
That's
I was just about to bring that up.
And the fact that we have a Teen Titans movie announced, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they
Yep.
confirmed some shit. It is unfortunate that they're shutting down some studios that came out the day after all this news in terms of Wonder Woman's being
Yeah.
canceled.
Yeah.
But hey, we have a lot of shit to look forward to. We have a lot of animated projects. They're working on shit. And there's still more stuff that they're gonna announce a little later on. It's like it's fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
And
Honestly
honestly,
predicted
with
the
the
Wonder
Wonder Woman thing,
I predicted that.
the article says halted, not flat out canceled.
I'm pretty sure it's done.
I'm pretty sure
I
it
mean,
said canceled.
Yeah,
Oh,
everyone
yeah,
says
it said canceled,
but
bro.
It said
regardless,
halted.
I'm just
I looked
excited
at
that
a different article.
we're just getting shit.
You know what I
Yeah,
thought
mean,
about today in regards to this news? And this
I'm
is,
What?
this is actually pertinent to the big stuff that has come out in the last 48 hours. The DC news and even Star Wars to an extent, because I'm sure we haven't. You guys probably haven't talked about that, have you?
Yes, we have.
We did about Kathleen Kennedy stepping
Okay.
down or whatever. Yeah,
So,
we talked about it. A little bit.
Here's something that I thought about, right? What was the number one criticism of the sequel trilogy? They didn't have it planned out.
No plan.
Mhm.
No plan.
Woke.
Yeah, woke.
And
Yeah, too.
when I think about the DC plan, it's so funny to me that people, and by people, you know, you could probably label that as the vocal
Twitter.
minority. Sure, I guess. But it's everywhere. You know, there's a little bit of on Threads, there's a little bit on Blue Sky, even on Facebook, I see people clowning it. What's so funny to me is people really want Superman to flop, and it doesn't look like it's going to be the case. I don't know. Like we that's the thing about comic book films in 2025. Like they are not the giant crowd draws that they used to be.
Nope.
You know, so this movie really does have to be an event, and it feels like from what we've seen, it's going to be an event, but it's got a lot riding on it too. But I also think that James Gunn forming a plan and wanting, I wouldn't necessarily say that the entirety of the plan of this universe hinges on the success of Superman, because as we've also seen, Green Lanterns is in production, Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is in production, and he's working on getting Brave and the Bold. It sounds like Brave and the Bold might be the next movie to go into production after Clayface. Maybe.
Yeah.
Unless, as he has said on numerous occasions, that a good enough script comes across his and Safran's desk, in which they will greenlight it.
Yeah.
And that's just as a movie. That's just as a movie.
Yeah. The Teen Titans script could come across literally in 3 months and they go, All right.
Yeah,
Let's
and
like
then they
yeah, you don't know.
fast-tracked that one.
You
Yeah,
don't know.
and it's so funny to me that people want a plan when it comes to this stuff, and he's literally doing that. But because it's him, they're like, no, it's got to fail. It's going to be a fucking failure. Warner Brothers this, Warner Brothers that. Warner Brothers isn't going to allow it. And I'm just like,
Just because it's the plan.
hold the fuck on, Mr. Interrupt everyone every 2 seconds.
Yes.
Hold on.
Yeah, shut up, Jake.
When it comes to DC and Warner Brothers, here's the thing people do not fucking understand. DC Studios has complete control over what the fuck happens and what will not happen. Warner Brothers Pictures has no creative oversight over any of this shit, and yet I still see people being like, oh, Warner Brothers is going to fuck this up. Warner Brothers is going to fuck this up. And I'm like, you people don't pay attention to fine details. When Superman comes out and it does well enough to warrant the rest of the universe's existence, they're going to fucking spin it 10 ways to Sunday. The bottom line is like, I just think it's really funny that people will want something to fail so much that they will justify it 10 ways to Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And now that Kathleen Kennedy is possibly stepping down, because I've seen conflicting reports of that even now, it's going to be really funny to see who steps in those shoes, if anyone, and what will they do with Star Wars going forward. Like, will they axe any current projects that are in development? By axe, I mean like in pre-production, like early development stages, not development hell, but just early development. Like for example, say someone else comes in and says, okay, Simon Kinberg, you're no longer doing a trilogy. Fuck that. You know, something like that. But now I'm also seeing that Kathleen Kennedy is in fact not stepping down. So it's just interesting to me that like a lot of these fans, and I use that term loosely, just have a very fundamental misunderstanding of how exactly the creative process of making entertainment works.
Thank you.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I think if there is someone coming in at the end of the year, if that is true, I feel like the first thing they're going to do is probably axe anything that's current development, unless they feel like it's the right move. But I also feel with a lot of writers and directors who have come in over the years that have exited because of creative differences, they might want to try to come back to them and see like because I'm pretty sure we all hear creative differences. I think it's pretty much well known a lot of these people have left due to like differences with Kathleen Kennedy, and it just didn't work out vision wise. What if the new person comes in and starts working with them to bring them back into the fold of whatever ideas they had, and if it makes sense? Who knows? We don't know. But I don't. Who's to say? At this point, it's kind of hard to believe anything because we've heard for years that Kathleen Kennedy's stepping down, and it just never has happened yet. So I don't know. The fact that the major trades are running it now, it's definitely had more validity to it. But I who knows? Because watch it Celebration in a couple months. They announced that here's the new person who's taking over when she exits. I don't know. Who knows? But I really don't care. At the end of the day, I need concrete information. I'm tired of the speculation. I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of rumors, because all I see every fucking day is this rumor about this project, this rumor about this actor for this project. I'm just sick of it. I'm tired. I just want concrete shit. Stop telling me 500 fucking times this actress is up for Rogue and X-Men. Shut the fuck up. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. God.
Preach.
You're not the only person. I'm tired of all the random pages that are like on Twitter and all these. Somebody tried to tell me on Threads the other day that Henry Cavill was indeed confirmed to play Wolverine, and I had to ask him several times, like, where did you see this? What's your source?
Trust me.
He said, no, don't worry. Like it's confirmed. I said, when? Because he's still like he's filming Warhammer right now or something. He's
filming Voltron.
He's filming Voltron right. He's filming Voltron right now. He's not gonna be Wolverine and X-Men. Why would they do that? If they want to cast fresh faces, why would they cast Henry Cavill as Wolverine? Well, you already seen him technically play the role one time. Just because he played it that one time in that random universe doesn't mean they're going to cast him. We've already had a gigantic Wolverine. I don't think they're going to cast an even more gigantic Wolverine to try to be the face of the X-Men franchise. I don't think we're going to get Wolverine regardless for a couple of years.
You know what further reinforces that? John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic.
Yep.
One and done.
One and done.
Unless he pops up in Secret Wars, I doubt it. But
No,
that's the
I don't-
only other
I-
way he could.
As spaghetti, yeah, I'm sure.
Well, I meant like another universe where it's John Krasinski again. Like it's the
Yeah.
multiverse. But
Right.
Council of Richard.
yeah,
I
at the
really
end of the
want to
day,
see the
it-
Council
I
of
just-
Richards and just
Oh,
see
yeah.
them all. Look at
I hope
Pedro,
that
like,
does happen.
how did
and if
we
that
come
happens,
out
that's where you bring
Latino?
John back. That's the only way you can do John at that point.
But I think
too.
people now forget with these scoops or these rumors that most of the time, or at least a minute time, people say take it with a grain of salt, and people don't do that. They they think it's locked and loaded. The contract has been signed. Like to me, I've been saying, when I heard the whole Margaret Qualley or even my take, which is Ella Purnell, I'm like, cool. But until I see it officially, I'm not believing it. I could dream it, but
No.
it's not gonna be an actual factual thing. And yeah, guys, like imagine if Kevin Kenny comes out at Celebration and she goes full Jordan Belfort and goes, "I'm not leaving, not fucking leaving," and just goes full on. Yeah, that'd be the funniest shit ever. But again, a lot can happen in 2 months, so I tell people just wait.
And maybe this report's coming out because it's already been in the works for months. We just didn't hear about it, and they're going to announce a replacement. Who knows?
Yeah, and also people don't forget that this is the social media age. This stuff might happen all the time before everybody had a phone that recorded conversations, calls, and could instantly put out a tweet or an Instagram post like that. So you have to take that into account.
Yeah, most of the time it's like you hear about these castings. It's months later. Like Chadwick Boseman got cast as T'Challa months before they announced it. The only time I remember specifically that it was something more recent was they literally cast Simu Liu as Shang-Chi 6 or 7 days before Comic-Con when he walked out as Shang-Chi. That is very rare in this industry. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like
it was that same thing they did with Tom Holland's Spider-Man. They wanted to prove. People were thinking, oh, it's him and Isaiah Butterfield that are still in the running. No, they casted Holland like 5 or 6 months before it was announced.
Yeah, and they were both in the running, but the news was so delayed that we thought, oh, this is real time. But no, it's not. Like, this was
no, Holland was already ahead long before.
Yeah, so
because they even had him do a screen test with Robert Downey Jr. and
read what's on the bottom of the screen.
And he was in that one movie with Chris Hemsworth that I can't remember the fucking name of.
Heart of the Sea.
In the Heart of the Sea. Yeah.
So he was already kind of getting his feet wet.
Yeah.
Because the movie Heart of the Sea, it's on a boat. Get it?
Yeah, I'm glad someone got it.
Not Moby Dick, man.
Hey, but I think Mike Cook with this casting, like I'd be down for that. When are they gonna bring in the Duffyverse to live action?
The milestone stuff.
Yeah, the milestone stuff. Like bring that in. Like
I bet that shows up down the road. Maybe
probably
it's James Gunn. I mean, James Gunn. I feel like he's the only person who would probably do it because what's going to happen in like 2 or 3 decades down the road if this all works out? Whenever they reboot, you're not going to get that. It's going to go right back to Superman, Batman. It's just going to happen all over again.
And to Phil's earlier point about people were saying that they just want this to fail and they're claiming, oh, there's not a plan in place. Just because it's a plan you don't like or you don't agree with or you're stuck on the past doesn't mean there's a plan in place. So don't fucking live in denial.
100%.
Yeah, like there was someone saying, oh, this universe is cooked. It's done.
Oh, really?
It hasn't actually. It technically has started, but not really. The fuck you talking about?
So, to all those people that say like, "Oh, this universe is done," and Phil's gonna laugh at this. To everybody that says this universe is done, please, you're on Warner Brothers payroll. Why don't you tell us since you're so in the know?
Yeah.
Not only that, it's like it's that kind of energy that is exactly why the DCEU crashed and burned.
Yeah.
It's that same kind of bullshit narrative. And on top of the fact, it didn't help that the DCU was unfairly compared to Marvel Studios.
Yeah.
And that's that and to the double-edged sword of that.
That's their fault for trying to compete right out the gate.
I don't think that's the case. I think everyone, and by everyone I mean the general audience, became accustomed to how superhero films and narratives were supposed to be in a wake of the Avengers. I don't necessarily like I say, Warner Brothers and DC were unfairly criticized by general audiences and critics up against Marvel Studios and what Marvel was doing, because everyone, by the time the Avengers happened, they ended up because Hollywood is a copycat business. Whatever works is what people will chase. And the Avengers made $1 billion at the box office, and suddenly every studio that had superhero IP was like, we got to get a universe going.
Yeah, we got to do that. And then they try to build it off things like, Man of Steel. I'm not saying Man of Steel is a bad movie in the slightest, but it's a bad foundation for a shared universe because it wasn't made to be the start of a shared universe. They had to keep adding in things later on.
I think what Snyder did in retrospect, what he was told to do, you know, having done Man of Steel with Chris Nolan and then having the conversations after Man of Steel being like, well, what do we do to kind of open the world up? And obviously, you know, I'm sure someone in the room probably went, well, we need another Superman movie. We need Brainiac or Metallo or someone.
Yeah.
And then Snyder was like, what about Batman? And that's when everyone at WB went, well, we have a script, Batman versus Superman, that's been sitting on the shelf for like 20 fucking years. Let's just go with that idea.
You can't put that toothpaste back in the tube.
Right. You can't put that genie back in the bottle once it's out loud. Like,
nope.
And here's the thing, that is, regardless of how you feel about either franchise, DC or Marvel, the announcement of Batman versus Superman was the biggest comic book film announcement of all time. End of conversation.
No,
bar none.
And just to compare it to announcements that year, Whedon came out with the title of the Avengers 2 movie, announcements, you know, details and all. All the hype from Comic-Con that year was on Batman and Superman, and they didn't do anything other than announce it was happening.
Yep.
And all the buzz was there. And I found this funny too. There was like around that time, there was like a new birth in like the royal, you know, family or whatever. And still a lot of people were like, ooh, what's this Batman Superman stuff? It's like, man, this tells you how much it's taken over the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you all this question.
Okay.
Whatever that
question.
Yeah. What?
My YouTube tab just started playing some random Torque music. I was like, what was that?
I bet it did.
I doubt it was random if it's you.
Yeah, it's probably.
Did Draven send it to you? Draven sent it to you, didn't he?
Yes.
King of the Hill.
I knew
So
it.
serious, on a serious note, when do you think that everybody's like the general audience, Snyder fans included, when do you all think that people will finally get that DC isn't meant to be overly dark? Do you think Snyder's vision did more harm than good to the DC brand as a whole? Because honestly, with me, yes, you have those shows that have darker tones. Arrow had darker tones, but still had, like those bright spots. But it generally worked because it was a serious vigilante-esque story. Flash did dark tones, but it was mainly a light story, if you get what I mean like by that. Even Superman and Lois was a grounded take on Superman in his later years with his family. The final season was literally almost like they did a whole cancer storyline the year before, then they followed it up with killing this man after he just thought he was gonna lose his wife, but they had bright spots. But people seem to be under the assumption that DC is meant to be dark, that it's supposed to be dark and gritty, as opposed to Marvel, just being the bright spot. But they're forgetting that Marvel has written stories where MJ, where Mary Jane dies because of her and Peter getting it on over the years, and him basically, poisoning her. So I'm like, what do you guys think about that whole like contrast and like people's thinking of what it really means for DC and what it means for Marvel? Do you think Snyder did more damage to the brand, or do you think it's just what people expect?
That's a good question, man.
Yeah.
Like, I look back at it now, and I'm surprised. Like, post Man of Steel, I've never seen so many people like thinking that the DC universe was more darker than Marvel. Like, and you look back at it and how even the development with the comics, Marvel was more grounded. They're in New York. They're about Spider-Man is Charlie Brown. He can't get anything to work. About the X-Men and Prejudice. About the FF and space and whatnot. Like, they were always more grounded than DC. DC was more fantastical. It was more of the brighter stuff. It was the legacy stuff, the passing of torches more. And I don't know. Like, to me, I go yes and no. Yes, because for a lot of people now, they still harping on that iteration of Superman, and they can't let it go to give another movie a shot before it even comes out. So, people are ready to burn that thing to the ground, and at the whole generation, I think, of people with that mentality. So, but I can't fully put that on Zach because Zach was trying to tell his story. He was just trying to give his interpretation of the character and whatnot. And I said I like Man of Steel. I don't love it. I like BVS. I don't love it. And I as a fan appreciate the stuff I know from comics, but I always thought of it as a Elseworlds angle. Like it's a way that the whole deconstruction stuff. That's a way to approach a story, and I'm here to check it out. But I wouldn't start a universe like that for me. And like when Superman and Batman are so similar, that's where you're like, where's the contrast? Where's the yin and yang? There's day and night. So I don't know. That's a really good question.
Well, at the end of the day, when you look at it, all this stuff outside of comics, like whether it's animated films, films in a current continuity, films in a past continuity, all of that stuff is Elseworlds to an extent. And
I agree.
Like, whenever they make it, it's like Zach, he wasn't trying to give people, oh, here's like how you should always say Superman. This is the Superman adaptation. No one has really tried to do that. People will take different interpretations and kind of perceive it as that for them, like they'll resonate with one over another and say, okay, this is the one that resonates with me, or that is the one that resonates with me. People will say, okay, Henry's Superman resonates more with me, or Tyler Hoechlin's Superman resonates more with me. And it's a whole thing to where people just kind of have their favorites that they gravitate towards, which is a thing that happens in comics too. People have their things that they gravitate towards in comics, and then they have their things that they don't really dive into. So as far as damaging the brand goes, I wouldn't put that on Snyder himself really at all, because he was one filmmaker that was telling one story. And let's not forget that there were plenty of dark Marvel films too. I mean, you had Blade, you had Logan, you had a bunch of different other ones. So to play it under the notion that just because a lot of the MCU was light and happy, and even then there were a lot of there were a good chunk of mature MCU films. Black Panther, Winter Soldier, just to name
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, definitely. Multiverse of Madness to an extent. And there's not one unified tone that everything has to go under, just like it is in the comics. There's no one unified tone. There's a whole myriad of different things. So you can't really put either one in one box or the other because they have bits of everything.
I agree.
Do you want to go first, Jordan?
Yeah, because I know you have a lot to say.
Yeah, I do.
At the end of the day, there's two things that I know are a part of this question. Number one, not all Snyder fans, because Phil's a Snyder fan, he is looking towards the future to see what is going to happen, but he's being very
I meant the cultists.
I know,
Clearly,
but that's why I'm making a point, because when I say this, I'm not meaning all.
Yeah.
A lot of Snyder fans will just never let it go.
Nope.
And that's just a fact. They'll just never let this shit go. They just never will. And they're not really Zack Snyder fans. They're really Zack Snyder DC fans. They don't support him outside of that, really. A lot of them don't. And it's really sad and pathetic. But you'll never please them. And honestly, James Gunn and whoever comes after James Gunn and Peter Safran to do another version of the DCU or whatever the fuck down the road, they don't need to cater to that audience because they're still going to go watch the movies or in some sort of way watch it. So it doesn't really matter what they're saying online. At the end of the day, general audiences, they just want a story. They just want a product. They just want something they could potentially watch, and they'll judge it based off the marketing and what other people are saying. The fact that it's a comic book movie or show is just, it's a comic book movie or show.
Yeah.
They just want a story. They don't really care. So as long as they're trying to tell a cohesive narrative, that's what really should matter. As long as James Gunn and Peter Safran are putting out content that is resonating with people, that's what really matters. If it's successful, great. If it's not, maybe you need a course correct. But it doesn't really matter what certain people online are saying or not saying. It doesn't matter because they need to focus on the bigger pictures of what they were doing. Because when James Gunn came out and said, yeah, when me and Zack Snyder posted that photo, we knew what we were doing. We knew what that was going to cause online because they both know this is kind of ridiculous because they're trying to pin us against each other. They're trying to all this stuff. It's like they're focusing on the bigger picture. There are people online who think they're very important when they say shit online. No, they're fucking not. You're just some dumbass who has a phone. That's what you are. You're not any better than anybody else. So the main focus needs to be what they're working on and not thinking about what like fandom is having an issue with. Who gives a shit? If Superman comes out and makes $600, $700, $800 million, no one's going to give a shit that the Snyder fans that are a part of the cult narrative are screaming and bitching that the movie's a horrible garbage mess. They don't give a shit. They don't care. So that's really what it is.
No, I get it. I get it. Trust
Yeah.
me.
Phil, I hope you drank some water before this.
Well, I think there's a couple ways you can answer that question. In terms of the brand, DC as a whole, no. I would say no. And I would point to not even anything in the DCU. I would point to Watchmen. That movie, given the test of time, has aged like fine wine.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
has
agree. I
shown
agree.
the breadth of what DC is truly capable. And honestly, just look at comparatively at the brands themselves. DC Comics, what does that stand for? Detective Comics. What are detective stories usually centered around? Mystery, murder, you name it. Like it is inherently darker. Yeah, you've got
Hey, guys.
characters like Superman and Flash and
I'm hopping
a bunch
off
of other
for a bit.
characters. Okay, for sure, dude. Thanks.
See you, man.
Like you've got characters like Flash, and Superman, Green Lantern. You know, these are characters who are inherently lighter than the likes of Batman, John Constantine, fucking Green Arrow. You know, like there's a blend of both in DC, and then you also get to Marvel. Same deal. Yeah, you know, the logo is red. It's Poppy, your titular character. Like, let's face facts. Like the iconic DC character is Batman. The iconic Marvel character is Spider-Man. Two diametrically different characters. One is a grounded detective. The other one is a super-powered superhero doing the right thing in Queens, barely scraping by. They are literally doing what they do best with what they can and what they have. Now, as far as like a quality perspective, I think to Chainsaw's point, yeah, I think at the end of the day, people just want a good story. Yeah. And ultimately, I think like when it specifically comes to the DCEU and it comes to, at the time, people were so engrossed by what Marvel was doing. It didn't help that Civil War was coming out the same year because people were on that Marvel hype bandwagon of we want interconnected universe. We want the next chapter. We want this chapter to forward the next chapter.
Yeah.
You get to Batman versus Superman, which is coming off the heels of Man of Steel. People rejected the fuck out of that movie, even though comparatively to a lot of the stuff in the MCU, Phase 3 forward, this might be a hot take. I think Batman v Superman is a much better made movie than either Endgame or Infinity War. That's just me. Like I think the narrative is tighter. I think the villain is far more motivated. I think and well written, to be brutally honest. I think like that movie is just inherently a better made movie, but that's no knock to the Russos. They made an excellent capper for a 3-part saga. They did it in 2 parts and they made an excellent double feature. It was great. But I think if you look at the quality of the films themselves, you can't sit here and tell me that one frame out of BVS is out of place or looks dodgy or looks kind of skeptical. Because even in Infinity War, which I love, Infinity War is my favorite Avengers movie. There are still shots in that movie where I go, that could have used another pass. There is a single shot when Spider-Man and Iron Man are having a conversation inside the donut ship where Peter's hair literally changes from frame to frame.
Yep.
That's bad editing. That is piss poor editing. I'm sorry. It's true. Movie's still good. But you can't sit here and tell me that Snyder doesn't know how to make a movie look great, because he does. And that goes
He's the
for
king
Army
of
the Dead.
visuals. I will never take that away from him.
100%. And I've seen people lambast him for story, and it's like he didn't write that story alone. He had Chris Terrio writing it with him too, and they retooled that from a draft of David Goyer. David Goyer's script of Batman versus Superman was going to end with Batman branding Lex Luthor, not learning a goddamn thing from the fucking full course of the movie. And when it comes to the legacy of things, look at where Marvel's at right now. Their foundation from Phase 4 forward, it's not starting to crumble, but those cracks are showing.
Yeah.
People are not happy. People are not at all happy with what's going on in the MCU. Why are we finally now just getting an Avengers movie, right? That's a big that in my opinion is what one of Marvel's biggest criticisms and one of their biggest pitfalls is the fact they ended Phase 4 on a Black Panther movie. And that's not a fault to Black Panther Wakanda Forever. That movie is phenomenal. But the fact that Marvel did not end Phase 4 on an Avengers movie, that was a mistake. That was a big mistake. Because
they also dropped the ball with one of their better films, which was Shang-Chi. You left that character is just out there hanging in limbo.
Right.
Like that was complete. That was something new. Right. That was something different. That I feel as if that was the shot that that the MCU that Disney needed. And it's just like you're not doing anything with that. I get wanting to focus on your bigger branded IPs, your Spider-Mans, your Black Panthers, your Hulks, your Captain Americas. I get that. But Shang-Chi, that was literally one of the best, his episode of What If in this whole horrible last season, that was the best episode.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
to your point, storytelling from Man of Steel to BVS to Zack Snyder's Justice League, there is a complete fucking story there. A big, massive graphic novel-sized epic. Look, I've often made this case in the last few years that you can look at the Marvel Cinematic Universe as like an ongoing, serialized single-issue comics that kind of intertwine with each other as the issues go on. What Snyder was doing in terms of his 3 movies, that's a fucking graphic novel.
Because Snyder Cut literally picks up a frame into BVS. It picks up the Superman death.
And BVS, BVS literally opens up where Man of Steel bookends in the 3rd act. Yeah. Literally. Like, I can't stress this enough. I think down the line, people, there are fewer movies in the DCU. And Snyder didn't get to finish his story. But on the whole, his 3 movies, quality-wise, there's barely a handful in the 40-something Marvel Studios catalog that even come close to those 3 movies, quality speaking.
Yeah. Maybe
so ultimately, like to answer your question, I think Snyder didn't necessarily damage the DC brand. I think that fans have pissed in the pool, and that's kind of damaged the brand. And to Chainsaw's earlier point about people listening to fans, that's where they fucked up. That's where Warner Brothers fucked up with Justice League. They listened and caved to people they should not have caved to. They did not follow the money. They followed the critics. They followed the Rotten Tomato score, and that's where they fucked up.
I mean, at the end of the day, too, there's 2 things here. I want to go back to your point about what you were talking about with those kind of Marvel cracks. One of the biggest reasons people aren't happy now, we're almost 6 years past the most recent Avengers movie. We're a year and a half out from the next one. We still don't know who the Avengers are. So
that's a problem.
That uncertainty still in the air at this point is a bad thing. It was thought that Captain America was going to resolve a little bit of that and maybe, give us a little bit to go off there. Didn't really do that. They said, hey, we want to, rebrand the Avengers. Cool. We didn't really get more than that. And to the whole point on the DC side, people were saying, did Snyder damage the brand? Here's a newsflash for you guys. Snyder is one singular filmmaker. He is one filmmaker who was telling a story. All those, films in the MCU that, contain your guys' favorite characters that you guys don't like, did you guys say, oh, well, they, damage the brand, things like that? Because, for me personally, and like
just
fellas,
real quick, just to add to that really fast, because you just made me think of something. If Zack Snyder really damaged the brand so much, then why the fuck was the DCEU more profitable when he was attached to it as opposed to when he was not? That's not damaging a brand, because if your brand is damaged, you don't make money. And those movies, Man of Steel, BVS, Wonder Woman, Suicide Squad, yes, even the studio cut, and Aquaman, they all made fucking money.
Yeah. And no film past Aquaman was a profit.
Nope.
Joker doesn't count. It was an independent thing.
Correct.
Yeah. Elseworlds.
And to that whole thing too about, did people complain whenever like one specific filmmaker did something in the MCU and then claim that one, filmmaker damaged the brand? You don't hear anyone say that. But because this it's the popular thing to just dunk on what Snyder did with DC, you'll have people jumping on that bandwagon, whether or not they actually believe it or not.
Mhm.
So, to add to all of that before we wrap up, I asked that question because I'm seeing all of this. I'm honestly tired of seeing the online discourse. I miss how it used to be. I miss when we welcomed change. We were excited for what's to come, and not everybody. We have our circle. We're ready for anything. Me personally, a lot of people would say that I didn't know. I liked Snyder. I was excited for the DCEU. What people need to understand and what they continue to fail to understand is the difference between James Gunn and Zack Snyder. James Gunn is not just a singular director that's put in charge of, directing these films. Zack Snyder was a director of several films. Do I feel as if that they put a lot on his plate and didn't give him full control? 100%. They treated him like he was the CEO of the DCEU, when in reality he was just one director that they were literally just, they were playing puppet master with. Like, for them to be able to come in and just snip up movies, ask you dumb questions like why can't Superman go back home after you just saw his planet get blown up? Like, they didn't know what they were doing. What they have done with James Gunn, and which is smart, and trust me, David Zaslav does not do smart. He does not make smart decisions at all. Giving James Gunn full reign, making a DC Studios, was the smartest thing that they have ever done.
100%.
But it could have been done years ago. It's the proper course correction, but it should have been done years ago. Yes, Zack Snyder, he had a vision, but you're putting him in charge of what? Like, flat out, like 3 movies back to back to back. You're coming in, you're putting your hand in the pot where it does not need to be. You did the same thing. Arguably, you did the same thing to David Ayer.
Yep.
And honestly, his Suicide Squad would have been great. Yes, they have their pitfalls with some of the interpretations of the characters, like Jared Leto's Joker and all of that stuff. I didn't care for Jesse Eisenberg's Lex that much at all, but I mean, that was Lex Jr. or whatever. So I didn't too much care for him. But I will always say this: if Zach, if David, if Patty Jenkins, if they had free reign, if they had the ability to create the films that they envisioned, that they wrote, that they sat down and developed with their entire teams, honestly, we would have had a completed universe. And then we could have moved on seamlessly into the DCU. But now we have all of this discourse. And honestly, James Gunn is taking a brunt of it. And honestly, I think he's taking it with stride, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's not fair. It's not fair to him. It's not fair to Zach that everybody's pitting them against each other. It's not fair that a lot of these people are saying, oh man, DC got to be dark. No, it doesn't have to be dark. Just because James Gunn said there's going to be humor in Superman, you looked at that first trailer and said, oh man, this is going to be an MCU laugh fest. What in that trailer told you that?
Watch Creature Commandos and tell me that's lighthearted.
Exactly. A Superman that's bloodied and battered on the ground. That's what told you that. Oh,
you know what I really like about him doing the DCU is the fact that he's not trying to make everything feel like Marvel Studios, and how Marvel Studios has to adhere to like a similar tone across the board for the most part, where certain projects may diverge, but on the whole, they still just adhere to this, tonal formula that has just become accustomed to the MCU. No, Creature Commandos is everyone on this panel knows I'm fairly critical of James Gunn as a creative individual. Yep. They can all attest to this. I love Creature Commandos. I think Creature Commandos was pretty fucking cool, all things considered, right?
Yep.
But does it surprise me that he come out and said Superman's going to have humor? No. Want to know why? Because that's part of his wheelhouse. That's what he does. May not make me laugh, but I get why he's going for it. Of course, if you were going to go into this movie not expecting humor, you were kidding yourself. You were fucking kidding yourself. Because let's face it, you've got a character like Lombard, you've got a character like Guy Gardner in this movie. You've even got Lex Luthor's henchman Otis in here. Come on, there's gonna be humorous moments with some of these characters.
Oh, probably
even
Crypto even.
yeah, right, Crypto. He put fucking this Crypto the super dog in the goddamn movie.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that
People are
really
mad about that. I'm like, I don't
Dude.
get
That.
I don't get it.
Here's something
dog.
that'll make you laugh. I don't know if you saw this, but someone on the Rogan podcast, I don't really listen to it, but I saw this clip making the rounds. Someone asked Rogan, "Hey, you gonna go see the new Superman movie?" He goes, "What, with the fucking super dog? Hell no!" Then, not even 10 minutes later in the same podcast, someone's like, "But dude, it's James Gunn, and they're talking about Guardians, and Joe Rogan's like, oh yeah, he made me give a fuck about the raccoon." And it's like, oh, okay, so you can give a shit about a talking raccoon, but the minute a dog wears a fucking cape and flies, that's where you draw the line.
You can't pick and choose that shit. You can't.
It's just it to me just really feels like it's this isn't specifically on Rogan, but it echoes a lot of other people's like purview of this shit. They go, "Oh, I liked his Guardians movies, but fuck him and his DC stuff." And it's like, look, I didn't like Guardians 2 at all. I think that movie's not great. And Guardians 3, the biggest sin of that is Adam Warlock. But still, on the whole, like that unit of people, they work. The chemistry between them is good. Rocket Raccoon is one of the best characters ever created in the last fucking decade.
Yeah.
Like he's Han Solo as a raccoon. What more do you fucking want?
And
let's not forget his James Gunn Suicide Squad film. Yes, it's in his wheelhouse of how he writes R-rated films. And yes, it was released during COVID. Was it gonna make a butt ton of money? No. People were I got sick going to see that movie. So people trying to use that as to say, oh, it flopped. No, it did not flop. During COVID, everybody loved that movie. That movie was good. Like you're killing off characters that nobody expected anybody to kill off. You brought back some of the original characters from the first Suicide Squad film. And you killed off Boomerang. You killed off Jai. You brought him back for 5 minutes to kill him off. And then you made a cohesive story. You gave us Starro on the big screen. And people are saying like, oh, yeah, James Gunn is going to ruin this movie. He gave us Starro on the big screen. Like
COVID
seriously.
was one of the things that hurt that film, but also the fact that they released it to streaming the same day is a big part of what hurt it too.
Yeah,
So,
that's how I was able to react to it on the channel because it was on HBO Max.
That was such a mixed bag of an idea to follow through with because it benefited some other movies and then it kind of hindered other movies. Case in point, the Suicide Squad. I think the movie is well made. It's not my favorite of the DCEU for many reasons that we don't have the time to discuss, and honestly I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but yeah, like Lance isn't wrong in anything he just said. Hell, I saw that movie a week early for free in the middle of COVID, so
I'm like y'all judging this man. Everybody has had, nobody just has like just amazing ideas. Like you're not gonna like what I'm trying to, you're not gonna like every idea that somebody has, but for you guys to get mad that's saying, oh my god, look at Corn Sweat's body. First of all, the guy got jacked for the film. Realistically, even if you put a suit on a muscular person, the muscles aren't going to protrude out of the suit like they would in a comic book drawing, because that's not how anatomy works. That's not how clothing works.
That's not how adaptions work.
You're dealing with real people here.
Yeah, I'm like, people say, "Oh man, why does he have the trunks?" Because canonically, Superman wears trunks. He's wearing trunks right now. So what does that say to me? You're not a comic book fan, like at all. You can say, "Oh man, the trunks are terrible," but I just saw you posting about when Tyler Hoechlin wore them for when he wore the Flash suit, and you said, "Oh my god, this looks so great." Cavill was gonna wear the trunks originally. Gunn did not want trunks, but then you get mad at him because he said David wanted them and he just wanted to please the guy that's portraying his Superman. How you gonna fault the man on giving an actor what the actor wanted? Like, it doesn't make sense. Talking about he looks bloated in these promo photos. But Christopher Reeve, Brandon Routh, they did not protrude out of their suits.
No,
but you guys didn't have nothing to say back then.
Right.
You guys got spoiled by what Zack Snyder did with his suit designs. You got spoiled by that. You think all Superman suits are supposed to be alien technology. They're not.
Far be it for these filmmakers to try and actually please their actors and make them happy during the process of filming. Because if you don't actually try to make your actors happy during the process of filming, you know, you just hypothetically, let's say that the studio wanted to just, you know, shit all over the actors, give them a terrible time in this DC universe, and not make any of them want to come back. Oh, wait. We don't have to hypothesize. That happened.
Yeah, right.
It's
I don't know,
just,
man.
It's just weird. I just want people to stop and just like just think logically for a moment. You're calling for the downfall of, and now they're not just saying they want this to flop so Snyderverse could come. They want it to flop so it'll be nothing at all.
It's like you Harvey Dent, The Dark Knight. You either die here or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. You people are literally turning into the thing you fought against to get the Snyder Cut released. Hello? Like, grow the fuck up. Grow up. It's that kind of dipshit mentality. Like, you can't sit there and be mad at people for, like, you know, bitching and crying about Zack Snyder on Twitter. Believe me, I spent so much time when I was there defending and fucking arguing with people, critics and noobs alike, about why Snyder should have been given more free reign and opportunity to do what he wanted to do. And yet I got the same shit all the time. Hack director, not like the MCU. You fucking name it, dude. I had every single criticism thrown at my face. And now I'm like, well, he's moved on. James Gunn's the head of DC. At least DC's still a fucking thing. It's out of the grasp of Warner Brothers. I'm going to see what happens next. I look at that slate and I go, there's certain things on that slate that I'm looking forward to. There's certain things I'll watch. And then there are certain things where I'm just like, no, I'm good.
But you're not hung up on the past because it's not your favorite guy doing it.
100%. Want to know why? Because the guy who did my favorite shit, he's moved on doing other shit too. Met him in person. My nerd cred, my nerd card, when it comes to that stuff, I got the stamp that I wanted. I am no longer going to be bitter about two movies that are not probably going to happen anytime soon. It's pointless.
Yep.
Was I disappointed that Henry Cavill wasn't coming back as Superman? Yeah. I got the fuck over it, though. I can't wait to see this new Superman trailer. Whenever the fuck it debuts, probably at CinemaCon.
Yeah.
I'm game for it because I want to see. I want to see these characters interact. I want to see how they sound. I want to see the conveyance in their voices. I want to see how they interact with each other. I want to see Superman talk to Guy Gardner. I want to see Mr. Terrific. I want to see all of them and how they interact. Like that teaser did exactly what it needed to do. I think it was very smart in not having anyone say a fucking word except Superman going, "Crypto, take me home."
Yep, that's it.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
Well done.
And I'm honestly glad. I'm glad Gunn is taking his time. That was a huge problem with the DCU. That was a huge problem, not even with the DCEU. That was a huge problem with Warner Brothers back in the day. Rushing everything, giving us everything at one time. That's not how it works.
Or changing the plan because something is good. Oh, good. Oh, Suicide Squad made the money. Okay, let's do a Harley Quinn. Let's do a Deadshot. Like, shut up. The guy, stop.
Yeah.
Focus on
It's
the
no
plan.
reason why the CW should have handled a multiverse better than the big budget studio. Like it doesn't make it that never made sense to me. Your TV stuff is leagues better than your films. And that's because you weren't, of course, it's certain characters that you wouldn't let them use, that you wouldn't let the TV shows use, but you weren't actively saying, oh yeah, you know what? Let's reshoot this, let's redo that. No, because you never you knew that they were going to be successful because you knew people were going to watch them, but you didn't expect them to take off like they did. You wanted that success.
Yeah.
You wanted that success for the films. So by doing that, you started trying to insert your little promos in announcing the Flash the night the Flash premieres on TV is diabolical. Because you saw the success of Arrow. That's diabolical.
Well, then you get to that whole thing with the Flash where the big budget studio says, hey, we know that we're a lot lower than you on the totem pole right now. Can we, the big budget movie studio, can we put our Flash in your crossover, please? It's like they had to reach out to them for that. Yeah, they reached out to them for that because
I would
it's not like Guggenheim or Wolfman or anybody had plans to put that in. They reached out to the people at CW to do that.
I gotta address this comment here. DCU should have never competed with Marvel, which is what I kept saying. They were never trying to compete with Marvel. Doing a Man of Steel would have been that exact thing.
Yeah.
There's a reason
Doing
why
a-
Snyder wanted
doing
to do a
sequel.
5-movie story, because that's the opposite of what Marvel was doing. But that's a
Marvel
fucking
wa-
that's a
Marvel
dead
was
horse
trying
of
to-
conversation.
Marvel was trying to do this. Snyder was trying to do that.
Yep.
But we are going to call it a night. I just got another video for this week. That was good. That was good.
You're welcome.
We be having some deep conversations.
Happy
and
to
I got
help.
Chainsaw in it.
Make sure you send me a check.
Yep,
Okay.
me too.
Okay.
Yeah, me three.
$5 a piece.
Get them residuals.
Hey, but I'm almost reached the watch time goal so I can get my monetization back. So
Everyone stop watching.
I just gotta keep grinding at these videos. So yeah.
That you do.
You got it, bro. You can do this.
You got it, man.
And hopefully they don't
This
take
is
it
a
away.
tough.
Man.
This is a tough fucking thing here. You know, we got to help each other out.
Yep.
Amen to
But
that.
I have to go make some steak for my wife who is texting me talking about she's hungry. Hurry up. I would have had it done earlier, but I didn't get off work until super late, so I had to rush here. But I will catch you all later. Be on the lookout for more videos. We Council of Creators is tomorrow. Friday Phil is on Friday.
No.
Darren will be live later on this week too if his voice is back. So yeah, make sure you guys support. And Jake, what are you doing, Jake?
Well, actually, I was going to say I got a new live stream series called Jake's Lost Levels, and I'm going to be doing on Sunday nights because, long story short, I had to do a factory reset on my PS4, so I figured, like, you know what, I could get all that stuff back on my own time, but let's turn it into a live stream series. So
There you go.
playing through all those games that I lost and getting it back. Doing those starting the second week of March, doing those at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, sweet. Cool,
So
cool.
are you going to be like playing the game live?
Yeah.
Oh, dope.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll be tuning in.
Same.
Appreciate it.
That's 4:00 my time.
Appreciate
I think. Wait, did you say Central or Eastern?
7 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, that's 4:00 my time. Okay, cool.
I'll be busy. Sorry.
You're always busy. You're always fucking busy.
I'm
Well,
not
I want
busy.
to-
I'm not busy.
Jordan. McDonald's isn't that good.
It is.
But I
Can
want
be.
to thank everybody for being here today, and I will catch everybody next time. Also, comment the worst written characters on the Flash because I'm doing a video on that.
I already sent you a voice thing for that earlier.
I gotta do it because rewatching the Flash season 7 through 9 has
poor
been
bastard.
a chore. Like,
Yeah, I
God,
bet.
it was terrible.
Yeah,
Like,
Phil, just be glad you bowed out before all that, Phil.
I'm very thankful.
like
All
I
right,
said,
go,
it's a
go
reason
make your
why-
family dinner. Come on, man. You keep it.
hey, I'm gonna say this in hit and strength. It's a reason why Eric Wallace does not have a job right now.
Holy shit.
See, I couldn't have said that.
God.
I just